back to Legends Unleashed. This is day three of round two, and we are all set to watch three to four of the best teams in this entire tournament. The first match is going to be between Team Celsius on the red side and Team Ace on the blue side. Currently, do not have a co-caster yet, but he will soon be joining us once he is free. Here, we can see that Team Ace has started on with a Ling Bang, pretty much the surety of a respect band coming in from them for Team Celsius because we know how deadly Team Celsius is with those picks. Meanwhile, CE has out the chart, one of the strongest meta mages right now in the mid lane. He can just transform into his alien form without thinking twice once he has his ultimate and actually wipe out anyone and everyone. Then again, Team Ace here would be looking in for another ban, probably the Hayabusa or the Shushin, but instead they went on ahead with the Hylos ban. Very smart, we would say, because Hylos is way too tanky to be taken out by anyone. And as we were speaking about it, Team Celsius is the one who banned out the Juxin. Very smart bans coming in by both the teams for now, just the meta picks being banned out left and right. And here, a chip ban is coming in from Team Ace. Again, another respect ban for Team Celsius because of course, the ship is a threat on the battlefield, and Team Celsius knows exactly how to execute that pick, no matter what the situation of the match is. And many a times, that chip has caused infinite number of comebacks for them. Here, we can see that Roger is banned out by Team Celsius. And that is also very smart goal lane ban coming in from them. Team Ace here could be looking in to pick up the Hayabusa, a meta jungler, and he is actually still open. Pretty exciting, I would say, because Hayabusa is one of the rarely picked junglers in this tournament. Uh-oh, it is very risky for both the teams as Hayabusa is picked here. So let us wait and see what is going to be the first pick from the side of Team Ace as only 10 seconds are left on the timer. But keeping every other pick, they went on ahead with the Yuzhong. Uh-oh, bit of a risky pick but out there, but it could be a comfort pick. But let's see if Celsius goes on to pick up that Hayabusa and the Terisla, who is also open for the EXP lane, but they are currently hovering over the Edith. And as we are speaking about everything, we are joined by today's co-caster, Silverhawk. Please take the stage.
Oh my God! I'm really excited what's going to happen. We can see the Yuzong pick coming from the Lion, the Tiger, and also there's Xbox pick from Nico's Queen at this point. Oh, never mind. I think it's an answer to the Yuzong pick, the Xbox and the Edit. What do you think about this though?
Yeah, as far as I can see, the Edith would be going on into the room, or they could do something really interesting and put her in the goal lane as well, while Xbox goes in the EXP or the jungle.
That's true. That's true. Like, also, let's just move on to the next picks. I think so. They are still left to. I think there's Roger Bands, and so if speaking of the heroes, there's I think so. There's still Hayabusa open right now, so they could still go for the higher at this point because. But you know what happened? Like what happens over here because they actually have Xbox and Edit with them. So going in Hayabusa would be tough. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we seeing a Fanny right now against those two sandbags?
That is exactly my question. Lunox, very justified. She can melt down the Firaga armor as well as Edith's defense. She can just shred them out. But the Fanny, especially with the Kufra and other crowd control heroes being already open in the draft, the Fanny is a very risky pick, I would say.
That's true. But also, like, what if we see those beautiful cables coming onto that fanny? But like if if there are like many squishy heroes coming in from to the side of red, maybe it's going to be the team. May I know the team names? I think it's the what do you call? What's the team name of the red side?
The red side is Celsius and the blue side is Team Ace out here. And Celsius here went ahead with the Julian pick in the mid lane. Those threes are just sandbag because Julian can just immune all of that damage with his enhanced second.
That's true. Also, like moving on to the next phase of banning, I think so. From the side of Team Celsius Esports, they're still left to pick either a jungler, but I think so. Like Julian will most probably go for the jungler, but he's showing the Petify right now. So I think the Julian is mage for now. But like the Xbox would actually switch to the jungler as well. If the edit goes on to the EXP lane, it's going to be a great counter against that Yuzhong.
Yep, absolutely. And what do I say? They went ahead with the Vexana, Camilla, and Valentina bans. The Vexana and Valentina are pretty justified because Vexana's Curse of Blood can just link them all up together, and considering the Lunox and Yuzhong's Petrify damage, they could be a very good combination. And here, Team Ace is living up to their ace fame by panning out the Kuvra, which means that there are no restrictions for the Fanny right now to go wild on the battlefield.
I see. That's true. That's true. But also, like, let's just move on to the next picks. There's still Hyper left, and from the side of Team Ace, I think they're still left to pick the gold lane for themselves. But you know what could have happened over here? The Lunox could actually go to the gold lane as well. Like we never know. Like also, if they go for a marksman for themselves, it would be better as a late game because Fanny is a little mid game. And if we see those beautiful cables coming onto that Fanny, but what happens? Like there's still no squishy hero from to the side of Team Celsius. So even those cables and those damage cutting cutthroats come onto that Fanny, it won't be enough to kill that Edith or either Xbox. But there's still Julian and Hayabusa. So if those cables hit perfectly, maybe she'll manage to get one or two kills.
Absolutely. And here we can see the Hayabusa pick coming up by the side of Team Celsius as we were predicting since the beginning of the draft. And what do we say? Hayabusa? But he's actually on the execute spell, so this is going to be one heck of an interesting draft. Meanwhile, here Team Ace is hovering over the Xavier pick, but against the Xpog and Hayabusa's dive composition, Xavier might just be a little bit too weak, and it seems that Lunox is going on ahead in the goal lane. Very
That's
interesting pick to complete the draft of Team Celsius with the Guinevere, but let us wait and see what they are up to.
Hey, but wait a minute. Like, look at the spell of the Hayabusa. I think he's on the execute. There's no retribution for their side. Maybe they'll change it on to the last second. I think they're just kind of trolling us right now. And also, there's Guinevere pick coming in onto the side of Luhan. I think it's most probably to get those knockups and those ultimates coming in from Guinevere to at least secure one or two kills because there's actually Julian. So, oh, but wait a minute. I think there's some miscommunication. Oh, but no. I think it's just some problem. But the Hayabusa switches to the execute from the retribution.
Yes, absolutely. The retribution was picked up by the Hayabusa in the last second. Probably just some kind of a bug which we could not see in the draft. And here, as you can see, two very strong drafts coming in by both the teams. Edith, though, she might actually go on in the goal lane, and Guinevere will be the roam. And here it's going to be a Edith goal lane versus the Lunox. And with that being said, we are headed on towards the land of Dawn Silver. Please give us your predictions.
I'm really excited about the for that Guinevere pick from the side of Luhan. I think if those perfect knockups come onto that Guinevere, like they'll be managed to get every kill if possible. Like there's Julian, there's Hayabusa, and there's Xbox. Like with those last sanities and securing the kills, it's going to be great. But the Guinevere is actually the gold lane, so it's going to be hard for her to rotate into the team fights, but the Lord fights and the Turtle fights are going to be totally insane. Like, regardless of the fact, like we can see there's Tigreal, I think he's just patiently waiting over there for the Letho Wanderer. Maybe if the Hayabusa comes over there, maybe he'll give him a little push for themselves. Oh, but look at that damage. They're just poking out and just zoning out that Tigreal.
Exactly as you said it. And there is a lot of poke games coming out from both the teams right here. Edith actually making a rotation towards the EXP lane to bait out Yuzhong's spells. And meanwhile, in the team fight here, not much going on, but let us see what happens. And the first blood was actually picked up by Super M on that Edith.
Also, like we can see, look at that Xavier. He actually used the flicker out. Look at that Earth Shatter coming in onto that Edith. He's extremely low, but the Oki Shadow Kill secures the kill from that Hayabusa onto that Xavier. Look at that Fanny. She's going with those cables. Most probably she's into the dire position. It's like 3v1 situation at the point. But look at that. There's no Firaga armor onto that Xbox. I think so. Yuzong is dead over here because it's almost like 3v1 situation from him. And also, he was actually forced to use a Petrify into the first gang.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of resources wasted in one team fight itself. Fanny here tried to take down the Xbox as well, but it was only Edith who went down in that fight. Team Celsius is already nearly 1.5k gold ahead in farm, and Xavier trying to get level 4 in the EXP lane, while Hayabusa will probably take away an uncontested turtle under the 2 minute 30 seconds mark.
Oh, but look at that Fanny. Even after using the retribution, she will not take the turtle, but the blue buff is totally gone for her. And also, if she now goes for the blue buff, every time the timer will just tell them when to take the blue buff and just go for the invade for themselves from the side of Team Celsius Esports. And if we looked over there onto the buff of the Fanny, the buff is now gone. Now she is totally reliant on that red buff, which will not cause or give her more energy into the team fights. And if we look for that Hayabusa, he's most probably just waiting patiently to get the enemies low and just use his Ogi Shadow Kill to secure the kill right away.
That's what. This is the one advantage with playing Fanny in a competitive match. People are just so try hard that they're going to invade your buff, they're going to take it away from you, and they're going to take such picks that you can't even counter invade. In the EXP lane though, Xbox seems to be at the level 6 mark already, while Yuzhong just managed to reach level 4. Meanwhile, here Guinevere secures a kill onto that Lunox, and the complete dominance coming in from the side of Team El Celsius right now.
Look onto that cables coming in onto that Fanny, but the Retribution's passive will secure a kill onto that Guinevere onto them. But look onto the bot side, I think they wanted to force the bot lane at this point. The Haibus are most probably going for the bot lane push, but never mind, there's Edith and Julian waiting patiently to come over there for someone and camping over there. But Julian most probably clear the wave and will rotate from this side. But look on to that fights coming onto that Xbox. The Firaga armor was out. He was trying to use the last sanity but will not do so. I think Xavier still has his flicker to get out of any dire situation if possible. And I think it's going to be the next turtle coming in onto that 10-second mark. And the Xbox still doesn't have the Firaga armor with him. Oh, but look at those buff invasions coming onto the Hayabusa and the Guinevere, and Guinevere secures the kill onto that Fanny. As we always said before, the buff timer always gives them the rotation when to gank onto the blue buff. And every time I think they will not allow to Fanny to take any buff from now. I think so.
Yeah, we were questioning Celsius's draft, judging from all the number of fighters they have picked up. But it was actually a very smart draft because Fanny, she can't really one-shot any of them once it rolls on to the mid game. But Julian and Guinevere, they can just use up their crowd control skills to one-shot any of them from the enemy's lineup.
That's true. And also look at the fire missiles coming in from that Xbox. What a damage coming in from that Xbox to that Yuzhong. Like, look at those. It's like 3v2 situation. Like, they still doesn't know the Baka is still over there. The Tigreal. He wants to go for the engage over there. Oh, but most probably the implosion will not secure anyone over there. Oh, look at those engages coming onto that Tigreal. The last sanity has been used up. I think he still have the flicker to secure the kill. Oh, but the Black Dragon form has been popped up. Will be forced to use to back off because it's like 3v2 situation. But the goal difference is way too much. So even if they go for the gang, they couldn't secure any kill. But meanwhile, look at those jungle caps coming in over there. Oh, but look at those cables from those fan. Like, he most probably will secure the kill onto that Guinevere, but will be punished to do so. It's going to be the mega kill onto that Hayabusa. It's going to be the revenge play coming in from that Hayabusa onto that Fanny. And also the buff is still back. I don't think the Fanny will even get any buff after those first minute buff. I think so.
Exactly, that's the whole point. Therapist on that Fanny is actually trying his best to take down and get those pickoffs onto whoever is possible. Ogi Shadow Kill was used up by the Hayabusa in that fight, but the ult went onto the minions and shut down. Will be secured by that Fanny with her cutthroat. Bit of a comeback coming in from their side. The Fanny is actually doing pretty well even without the buff. But unfortunately, the team is just falling behind. Guinevere managed to secure a kill in the bot lane onto that Lunox. This is actually the third time she has done this, but let's see what is happening.
Oh, but look at those. The Dawning Light will be popped up. Oh, three-man implosion coming in. Oh, sorry, it was two-man implosion. The Firak arm has been popped up. What a gank coming in. The Black Dragon form has been used up along with the Petrify. Nico's pin is extremely low. He wants to go for the backup. The backup is still there along with the Julian. But they're still playing so respectfully. They don't want to go inside because they know they don't have enough damage. Look at the Fanny and the Cutthroat perfectly secures the kill onto that X-Bog. And the Turtle is back. Most probably the Hayabusa will most probably go for the Turtle buff, I think so. And you can see there's Guinevere camping over there. If anyone goes for the contest onto the Turtle, she'll just use the second skill along with the ultimate, which will actually scale. Oh, and the predictions were obviously right. And the ultimate coming in from that Guinevere is most probably will take the kill onto the Xavier. But he still had the flicker, but couldn't do so. Right?
Yeah, that's what is going on in this match. The Fanny trying to solo carry his entire team, but unfortunately, the rest of them just not being able to do what they are actually supposed to do. Meanwhile, here, Team Celsius, even though Julian and Xbox seem to be a little bit behind in farm, the rest of them are actually doing so well in their respective lanes that it's just making up for the losses.
That's true. Look onto the bot side. It's going to be the killing spree coming in from that Guinevere onto that Fanny. The Fanny actually wanted to cut the wave so that there will be no wave pressure. But look at those revenge plays coming in from that Hayabusa and Guinevere. Look at that Xbox. He's just zoning the Tiger off. He will not even allow to give any vision. But he still has the flicker to do those implosion plays. Look at that quad shadow and the Ogi shadow kill coming in onto that Hayabusa. And the Xavier is dead within seconds. They want to force for the mid lane tier 2, I think so. The Yuzhong still has a Black Dragon form. Most probably Fanny is going with those cables. She want to clear the waves. Oh, the Firak armor still popped up. Primal Rage coming. Oh, three-man ultimate coming in from that implosion. Look at that CC coming in. It's going to be the flicker play along that Guinevere. It's going to be the double kill from that Hayabusa. Dawning Light will be popped up, but will not do enough damage to take any kill. The Xavier and the it's going to be like the 3v2 trade, I think so. And also the bot tier will be gone, I think so.
Yes, exactly. Too much happened in that mid lane engage, and oh my god, Guinevere did miss out on her flicker, but the damage from her ultimate was just enough to cover up whatever she missed out there, and things are starting to look really dire for Team Ace because Team Celsius has a 7k massive goal lead in their favor. And here, as we can see, Dawning Light connecting on to no one, not even getting enough vision on the two of them. Supreme and Luhan just camping onto the Lord side, zoning it off so that Hayabusa and Zuzu can just secure it once they are ready.
Actually, the Tiger is actually getting a safe point, but there's Guinevere and Edith who's just standing over there. Look at that Super M. He's just patiently waiting, like whoever comes onto the Lord side, I'm just gonna charge and throw you onto my team, and that's what he's actually willing for. The Yuzhong is still there, but he can't do much of the thing over there. But they want to go for the kill onto that Yuzhong. Look at that charge and the Earth Shatter coming onto that Yuzhong. I think the Black Dragon form couldn't be popped up, and look on that kill onto that Xavier, the perfect pot shadow coming in. I think the Fanny wants to go for the kill onto that Hayabusa. He's still in the bush. There's no vision onto that Hayabusa as well. It's going to be the 2-4-0 trade, and the top tier is destroyed as well. The Lord is marching from the mid lane. Let's see who gets the buff, but the buff has been already secured from the side of Hayabusa.
Is exactly what we talked about in the draft itself. But speaking of Xavier against the Hayabusa isn't the smartest of decisions because the Ogi Quad Shadow can just go in, kill you, and come out without any retaliation from your own teammates. Meanwhile, here Fanny trying to take down as many of them as possible, and he manages to secure the kill onto that Edith. Perfect execution of that cutthroat being used up. Julian almost went out, but the shadow kill was enough to take down the Fanny in that team fight. While Neko Queen managed to secure kill, but a perfect Dawning Light coming out from Xavier finally and managed to take down two of them at once.
Oh, look at that Xbox. I think he's in a dire position. He still doesn't have the flicker with him, and he's going to be dead within seconds. The Frag armor was still not popped up. I mean, the Frag armor was popped, and they know like he still doesn't have the flicker ready with him, and they just went in and got the kill. And that dawning light was too perfect to watch. It was like two people were dead into like one dawning light, and I think it was an enhanced dawning light coming in from that Xavier.
Yes, he managed to stack it up once those enemies were inside their base, and then he used the ultimate at the perfect time with the perfect aim and managed to take down two of them at once. Meanwhile, here Team Celsius will play it a bit neutral for now, just sleeping on their lanes, waiting out for the second lord that is going to be announced in 60 seconds. But looks like Lunox Xavier's skill and a perfect play coming in from the Guinevere managed to take down the Fanny. That Dragon Form was used up by huge job. Killing spree for that Xavier. Huge job on 1 HP will manage to escape. Team Celsius will be marching down onto their base right now, trying to end the game right here. But three members, along with the Xavier, is alive right now, so they should be able to defend unless no. Guinevere managed to secure the kill onto that Yuzhong. You Tigreal trying to push away the minions, and Cutthroat was used up and a perfect execution by that Fanny, securing the kill onto that Hayabusa and a successful defense coming in from Team Ace.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Like they perfectly managed to defend the base. Look at that Fanny. She wants to go for the kill onto that Guinevere. Firaga armor along with the immortality is still there to protect that Xbox. Look at that Guinevere. Did you see the perfect engage coming in from that Guinevere? Like she just used the ultimate along with the Winter Crown, and she actually received zero damage onto that implosions, or as well as those infinite extensions. Oh, but look at that kill onto that Guinevere. Those perfect cablings coming onto that Fanny. The therapist is just styling on that Fanny right now.
Yes, exactly. And the second lot of this game is already up. Even though Team Ace actually has 16 kills compared to 24 kills which Celsius has, they actually do not have any turret in this game, which is pretty unfortunate for them. So, rest assured, we will not be seeing much of a contest for this lot at least because it's a Fanny against Edith, Xborg, and Julian. Light form ultimate already used up by the Lunox. Hayabusa might be going in for that kill, but no, he decides to go back for the lot itself.
The Ogi Shadow Kill has been used up. Now, if he uses the one more Shot Shadow and gets popped up into that implosion, it's going to be hard for that Hayabusa to survive that long CC. So, but also, there's no turrets left from them. That's only going to be the top tier that's left. I think they should actually prioritize the minions right now because you can see there's Julian. He's actually going for the split push. And look at that Guinevere. She's trying to get that kill onto that Xavier. But they're just keeping their position safe right now. And also there's this moment. Oh, but look at those perfect cabling skills coming around to that Fanny. What a kill! What a beautiful kill coming onto the therapists onto that 0-2. It's going to be like solo kill taken. Oh no, but look at those. Like he wants to. The Guinevere and the Julian wants to go for the base. It's going to be the killing spree. The immortality has been popped up. Those enhanced basic attacks will not do enough damage to take down the base. Those cabling skills are just styling onto that Fanny. What a beautiful kill rotation coming on onto from the side of Team Ace. Now they can actually go for the Lord. It's like 4 for 1 trade from their side actually, and the Lord is pretty. I mean, sorry, the base is pretty low, but there's still no wave pressure onto their side. I think so. It's going to be the Lord taken from the side of Team Ace. The Fanny is doing as much damage as possible. There's only Xbox left, along with those fire missiles, and the last sanity is all he can do. The slide coming onto that Tigreal. Most probably the Lord is taken from the side of Team the Ace. The Lord has been taken. I think they should just patiently wait down. The Lunox it should probably use the light form and will not, yes, actually do so, but will not do enough damage to break the kill onto that Lunox, either the Tigreal. The Ogi Shadow Kill has been used up. The Lord is marching for the top lane. I think they will manage to actually clear the Lord from the side of Team Celsius Esports.
Yes, and oh my god, that was such a misplay coming in from the side of Team Celsius Esports. They were just so eager to end the base that they actually delayed the match with their own mistakes. They just wanted to end the game as fast as possible. You know how those teams are, but unfortunately, those were some perfect cables and combinations coming in by Xavier and Fanny, and they just managed to defend it so well and even secured the Lord.
That's true. The therapist is giving them the pain therapy, but oh, it's going to be the killing spree from the side of Team Ace. The Edith is, I think so, she's dead, but it's going to be 4 situation right now. Look at that Fanny, she still doesn't have the immortality passive with her, but the Hayabusa still has his immortality ready. Like, there's two people onto the Fanny. It's going to be the none other than the Julian and the Hayabusa. There's only one cannon minion left from the side of bot lane. But look at that camping from that Guinevere. I think she's patiently waiting for someone to come over there. And look at that Julian as well. I think they're just prioritizing a good position from their sides. I think so. But look at that Fanny. I think she's just casually just roaming onto the map because she knows, like, even if I get caught, I'm just gonna use the cables and back off from the situation.
Yes, and what an exciting match! What an exciting starter to this best of three in round two itself. I can only wait and think what it is going to be like in round three. But oh my god, kill secured by the Fanny onto that Julian. All four members of Celsius there recalling Edith, managing to stop none of them, and this will be another successful defense coming in by their side, though the conceal was used up by Tigreal in the process.
That's true. And also, I'm not getting the fact that how the Fanny, how is she actually playing without the buff? Like, the 80% of the game, she didn't have the buff with her. She's just casually playing without the buff and securing all the kills if possible. There was only time when they actually secured the kill onto that Hayabusa, and after that time, she actually got the first buff after the first minute mark because all the invasions were totally on her. But look at that Hayabusa. I think Fanny will most probably get caught up, but no, she goes on to the different lane. Oh, but look at that Hayabusa. He knows where the Fanny is. Look at that. Hayabusa's Ogi Shadow Kill will be used up. Will do a ton of damage. He still doesn't have the Cloud Shadow with him. I think the Immortality will not save his life for him. He actually bought the Winter Crown as well. Pretty fast hands from the side of 0-2, but will not save his life. Look at that Edith and the Julian. They actually wanted to go for the kill and also for the top lane. They're actually forcing down the top lane because that's the only turret left from the side of Team Ace.
So, too much going on in the battlefield right now to decide anything. And oh my god, Hayabusa died in that team fight, which means that the Lord can be contested by the side of Team Ace right now. And if they manage to secure this Lord as well, it will actually be difficult for the side of Team Celsius to defend it. But they don't seem to be contesting it at all because unfortunately the Fanny is dead as well.
That's true. Even both the junglers are dead, but they had the priority. They had the Julian. And look at that Fanny. She wants to take the Firaga armor off that Xbog because you don't need that Firaga armor. I'm just going to take it off from you. We will give you a ton of damage. That's what the Fanny said to that Xbog. And also, she will not get the blue buff back onto her. And I think the Lord is marching down from the mid lane. They actually got a slot onto themselves into the mid game. They actually secured 2 or 3 kills into the mid game. I think it was going to be a comeback, but I don't think so. It's going to be anymore.
Yes, and no more comebacks will be possible by them right now. Guinevere will be looking for that flicker set. Conceal was used up, and Edith trying to do something. And yes, Guinevere did make the flicker play. Poison was used up onto that Xavier. The main person to defend is already out, and that Cutthroat managed to take down the Guinevere in one ultimate to take down a full health Guinevere, and oh my god, Team Ace actually managed to defend that all over again.
Oh my god, like all the credit goes to that Fanny. I think she's trying the best to, the along with those flicker plays coming onto that Guinevere, she actually got the kill onto that Xavier, but it was like a 1-for-2 trade for themselves. Like they will not get anything advantageous onto that lot except for that one turret that was left on the top side. But I think so they actually got a comeback. Like I think the predictions were wrong. And the Fanny is actually going for the blue buff. I think so she's patiently waiting for the blue buff to come, but there's no blue buff yet. I think they should just casually just clear the minions right now. And look at those positions coming onto that Edith and the Xbox. I think they're just waiting over there. And we can see the blue buff timer is like 10 seconds. If she gets the blue buff, I think it's going to be hard for them to defend because this Fanny is actually pretty dangerous for them.
Yes, oh my god, we were very, very wrong about this Fanny pick. And not to mention, she is giving competition to one of the best squads from Bengal server in this tournament. And no matter what we say right now, they still have a full chance to like, what do we say? They have a full chance to do a
Comeback over here.
comeback right now.
That's true. That's true. Look at that Fanny's position over there. But the Hype is still there. 0-2 is most probably going to take the kill, but the Quad Shadow has been used up onto her. If the Quad Shadow was actually delayed for a second, actually the Fanny would have actually lost her immortality. But look at that Julian. I think he wants to go for the recall. But there's like 3 to 4 people on the top side. I think Fanny is actually going into the bad direction. If she actually clears the bot side, I think it's going to be the less wave pressure from them. But she's actually sticking with the team fights, because if the team fights and the implosion gets caught perfectly, she could actually get 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at the amount of successful defense that Team Ace is doing right now and how long this game is dragging out, there is no guarantee on what is going to happen. It is all going to be up to both of these teams to do that perfect engage, and the slightest mistake could cause either team the entire 21-minute game.
That's true. And also, they're just casually baiting the Lord at this point. Look at that Guinevere. If anyone goes for the Lord. Oh, but look at that Fanny. She wants to take the. Oh, but again, the flicker play coming onto that. But the Winter Crown will save her life again. And she saves the Winter Crown and get the immortality instead. What a fast hands coming in from the side of Team Celsius Esports, along with that Guinevere as well as the Hayabusa. And they get the Lord as well, along with the slight bit of utilities, and the Dawn Light will slightly miss the damage onto that Lord. But the Earth Shatter will most probably take the kill onto that Fanny. She's into the dire position. The immortality hasn't popped up. I think it's going to be over. Oh my god. She actually bought the Ventec around but couldn't do enough damage. But look at that Hayabusa's damage onto that Pot Shadow and take a kill onto that Xavier. I think it's going to be over from the side of Team Ace right at this point, I think so. And then the Lord is marching down from the mid lane. Look at that Franklin. He still has the flicker with him. I think he tries to do the implosion plays onto them. But I think so they don't have enough damage to deal. It's at this point, because like 2v5 situation at this point. The last sanity has been used up. It's going to be the wipeout from the side of Team Ace. What a nice match coming in, and the perfect competition from the side of Team Ace. And that Fanny, the pain therapy given to the Hayabusa and that Julian was too bad, I think so. Like they couldn't even resist like onto the team fights. Like she was actually jumping on, she know her targets. She actually jumped onto that Julian and the Hayabusa and just secured the kill right away.
Absolutely, and oh my god, 40% damage dealt by the Fanny alone. Even though there was a Xavier and Lunox in the team, that has to say something about the Fanny skills. He may have lost the match, but he definitely won the entire audience's heart in this team. Congratulations to Celsius for securing game one. We will be back with game number two in a few minutes, so please stay tuned. Well, we are already back with game number two in this exciting best of three between Team Celsius Esports on the blue side this time and Team Ace on the red. Therapist with that thrilling, funny gameplay. Huge shout out to Therapist right here. And my will be joined by my co-caster Silverhawk yet again. Silver, please go ahead.
I think so. The Fanny ban was pretty obvious. Like, I was actually going to say that are they going to ban Fanny? And yes, they're going for the Fanny ban. The Fanny was kind of threat to them, and they will not fall for it again. I think so. Like, they could actually go for the Hayabusa ban as well. But since they have the first pick from the side of Celsius Esports, they could actually, the prioritize the Roger right now, as well as the Zuxian. Like, there's a lot of meta heroes most probably will be open, but the respect bans will actually decide this draft. I think so because the last match, the Guinevere, the Edith, the Hayabusa, and the Xbox. I think they were giving a lot of threatening damage to themselves from the side of Team Ace. So most probably, I think this match the draft will be totally based on the respect bans. I think so. But what are your calls on this?
As we can see, they did do the respect ban for that Fanny, and teammates also managed to ban out that Edith. She did not create that much of an issue in the previous game, and she was also pretty tanky for them to actually take down. So they just decided, nah, we ain't dealing with this. We are just going to ban her away.
That's true. And also, there were a lot of jump scares. Like, the Fanny was giving a lot of jump scare to that Hayabusa. Like, the Hayabusa would actually never thought of that Fanny would chase me that bad. And she actually chased her and gave as much damage as possible and got the kill every single time. That Hayabusa, even after using Morty and the background, couldn't save his life.
Oh my god, that was just too much going on right there. And here, Team Celsius has banned out that Roger. They do not want to leave that werewolf open for the battlefield. They would be looking in ahead for a Link or a Hayabusa pick by banning out the Jask or a Juxian in this draft. But here, Team Ace has gone ahead for another respect ban for that Julian, who was actually a decent nuisance in the last game.
That's true, but I would have to tell you something that from the side of Celsius Esports, they actually have the first pick. So they would actually, prioritize the Roger pick. Like, they're banning the Roger is kind of good over here, but, the prioritize onto the Roger or either Zuxian would have been good for themselves. Like, they actually know they have a Hayabusa onto themselves. Like, there's an assassin main from that 0-2. He actually plays a lot of heroes, but, they should actually would have prioritized the Roger right now. But from their side, from the side of Team Ace, I'm really wondering what's going to be the last ban.
Yes, exactly. The last ban here, they should actually be banning out the Hayabusa here because Hayabusa in the last game was just too much to be dealt with his Ogi Shadow kill. And not to mention the Juxin, the Ling, all of those OP picks are still open in this draft. So it is going to be around 15 seconds before we actually come to know what they ban out. And they went ahead with a Juxian ban, which means that they would be willing to trade out one of those assassins for a better assassin themselves. But Team Celsius have done their math. They're doing the mind games and picked up that chip in the roam Super M with his signature chip pick.
That's true. And also, like, there's Hylos open, there's Hayabusa open, there's a lot of heroes open, there's also Ling open, as well as there's also a ton of heroes left onto the mage, as well as there's Terizla left. And I think there's a lot of heroes open right now. So they should actually prioritize one by one onto that, or else perhaps just stick to the comfort because if they lose this match, I think it's going to be the 2-0 from the side of Celsius Esports. But we can't just make those predictions right now. But the draft is still yet to pick what's going to happen right now. The Terizla was actually locked from the side of Team Ace, the lion, the tiger. Uh, I think so. They should actually go for a Hylos right now, but the tank has been still picked from the side of the Celsius Esports, so the tank pick would actually wait for the a third or fourth pick from their side.
Yes, exactly. And funny draft here because look at that. Valentina and Teresa were picked up by the side of Team Ace. Teresa, I understand. He is one of the best EXP laners right now. But Valentina here, a bit dicey because the chip ultimate isn't something that can just be copied. And it would be of much use. But then again, if they do pick up the Xbox and the Aurora, then yes, the Valentina would be pretty useful in those team fights.
That's true. If she actually manages to take the ultimate of the Aurora, that would be like two CCs. Like actually, for right now, they only have the two CCs. Like even if she managed to copy a better ultimate for herself, the team fight will actually last long. And also, oh wait a minute, are we going to see a Ruby onto the gold lane? Because there's already Terizla onto the EXP lane. So most probably the Ruby would actually be a Roma or perhaps a gold lane. But last match, if we see, there was Lunox from the side of Team Ace, which was actually onto the gold lane. But it was actually the pick was actually stolen from the side of Nox, which would actually play the Lunox right now. So the both the names, the Aijin and the hero, they're kind of matching, like the Lunox and the Lunox playing. I mean the Nox playing the Lunox.
Yes, absolutely. And knocks on that Lunox, Neko Scream on that Xbox. But now we are going to see a Ruby probably being picked up by Teja Bhattacharya on that goal lane. Pretty solid pick, I would say. But instead, they switched it out with the Minotaur, the cow of ML, the land of Dawn. And the Minoan Fury will be seen in this game after quite some time. And Diggy was banned out. Smart big bans and picks right there. Nothing to counter that Terizla and Minotaur now.
That's true, but I don't think so. The Diggy ban was actually good over here because the chip was already picked as a roamer. So even if from the side of Celsius Esports, even if they managed to go with the Diggy pick, they would just have a lot of CC with them and no damage. But there's still Lunox onto their side. Oh, but look at those bans. It's the none other than the Ling. Both the teams are yet to pick the hype for themselves. They're actually just patiently waiting. What are they going to be the full draft from their side? And then they will actually pick a counter hero or perhaps a comfort hero for themselves, which would actually be useful in this current draft.
Yeah, that is what I may have missed that right there. But if you see clearly, the Hayabusa is still open in this draft and could be picked up. Uh-oh, jinxed it. He did get banned right there. And the therapist here, we will be waiting to see what other hero he is good at. He is looking at that alpha pick, will disable 02 from picking up that alpha because we have seen how good he is on that hero in the previous games. But here, if Therapist manages to pick up that alpha, Team Ace will actually have a very, very solid draft.
Oh my god! And I actually just count the number of CCs, the Fury ultimate from the Minotaur. Like if the Valentina actually secures a good CC ultimate, it's like 2 to 3 or 4 CCs coming in from that whole team from the side of Team Ace. But also let's not forget they could actually go for an answer because there's still the Tigreal is open for themselves. They could actually go as a Tigreal as a tank, but the chip has been already picked, so there could be no other roamer from the side of Team Celsius Esports. They're actually left to go with the gold lane and the hyper and really wondering what's going to be the hyper pick. He's actually the 02 is actually showing the alpha right now. I think the true damage from alpha's passive is going to give a ton of damage onto that Minotaur and that I mean the Terizla.
Absolutely. And here, if we can see, they actually went ahead with the Bane. So the deadly catch will be seen in this match, along with the Minoan Fury and penalty zone coming in by Terizla and Minotaur. Once again, Luhan here, though, hovering over that Xavier. It seems almost like a reversal of the draft in the gold and mid lanes. But 02, he got his alpha and Super Aim is on that chip. Will Celsius Esports stick to their signature gameplay and rotation and secure this game too? Or do you think teammates will be able to make a comeback with that strong sandbag draft?
Well, we actually can't say anything because both the drafts are pretty solid draft. Because from the side of Celsius Esports, they have a better rotation and with that chip, and from the side of Team Ace, they have a ton of CC. But there's no hero to nullify all those CC coming in from that Team Ace. Because you can see from the side of Celsius Esports, everyone is literally on the flicker. Oh, but wait a minute, are we going to see a Layla onto that gold lane? I think we're pretty sure are we going to see the Layla onto the gold lane.
Layla on that goal lane against a chip, Xbox, and an alpha? Not the best thing. We would say that coming from a normie's point of view, Layla isn't the strongest in the goal lane. But if it's in Therapist's hand, we can probably expect some amazing plays once again as he did in the last match. But
That's
let's
true.
just wait and see what he does with that Layla pick. And we are already on to the loading phase. Standard bans and picks. Very standard draft from both the teams. Pretty strong. I am kind of in favor of Team Ace's draft. Except for the Layla pick, of course. I'm just biased. But then again, he might just do something. What says? Who do you think is going to take away this match, Silver?
First of all, like I think the chip is going to invade a lot of jungle from the side of Team Ace. I think so. Like he will actually go for the invasion of that Bane because every match they pick actually the chip pick is pretty obvious because he's actually giving a lot of damage into the early game with those first and second skills. So if he actually goes for invasion, but nope. Nope, I think they're actually keeping the red buff ready for that alpha, and without any further ado, we just gonna land. We just gonna dive right into the land of dawn. It's going to be the match number two. It's going to be between the Celsius Esports versus the Team Ace. The first match has been won from the side of Celsius Esports. We can see both the junglers are most probably going for the gold lane. I think so.
Yes, exactly. And here, as we can see, not much of anything going on in the battlefield right now. Just 45 seconds into the game, standard rotations for both teams. Though we can see a bit of a skirmish in the mid area. Chip trying to engage on that Valentina and disrupt the buff. Zero to here already has both of his buffs, so they will be looking in for another engage gameplay. Stun coming in by the Chip with the flicker play, and
Oh,
was already being used up by that Alpha, and he managed to secure the first kill on to that Bane who did not have anything. And surprisingly enough, Layla is actually winning her lane against Lunox for now.
you actually reminded us for the 45-second mark, but just diving right onto the next 30 seconds, it's going to be the first player taking onto that alpha and as well as the blue buff. Like, oh, but they want to go for the more onto that Bane. Look at that kill coming onto that Aurora and Xbox. The Firag armor is still there to give a lot of damage. The chip is giving as much stun as possible, and there's already like a two-level gap coming onto the both the junglers.
And everything of that all under the 2 minute mark. Oh my god. And here Nox and Neko Scream are sharing the EXP onto that EXP lane. And the Terisla will be forced to flicker out while in the mid lane. Alpha Charge was used up onto that Valentina, who was also forced to flicker out of that just to save her life.
That's true. So that means this turtle is gone for themselves. But look at that pain. I think he should just stay and take the red buff for himself. But they actually know they're actually going for the turtle. Like they know, like after even taking the turtle, they will just go for the red buff. So Bane should actually would have just wait over there and secured the red buff of the alpha because they actually know because now the invasion has been gone pretty successful for the side of Celsius Esports. So the invasion plays from that Bane would actually give him a lot of farm. But look at that Lunox and the chip will most probably go for the blue buff invasion as well. Look at that, Alpha has actually secured the red buff for the side of Bane. Now I think so they're going for the blue buff. The portal has been used from the chip. They actually go for the kill onto that Bane and will secure the kill right onto him. I think so. The last sanity was used up on. Oh, but look at that kill coming in onto that Bane, I think so. I mean, as well as the Terzilla. And you can see the Minotaur is extremely low. And Nico's Quinn onto that Xbox, he is low as well. But there was no flicker from that Valentina. If there was a flicker, he would actually secure the kill onto that Nico's Queen.
Yes, absolutely. They actually tried to do what they could in that team fight, but not much of a news because Aurora, she would have died to the Layla ultimate, but she did have her passive just to save her in the nick of time. Meanwhile, here there is an engage in the goal lane as well. Stuns being used up by Super M, and Luhan managing to secure that kill after using up her flicker. Pretty smart gameplay from both of the Roamer and the Lunox on the goal lane, so let us wait and see what they can do after this.
I think so. The bot tier will most probably fall off. But look at that. Oh, but the deadly catch will just be used to take that creep. And if we look onto the goal difference, no, never mind the goal difference. Look at that gank coming in. The portal has been used up from that chip. The whole teammates are going just for the gank onto the sake of that Vayne and Minotaur. Look at that the dark form used up from that Lunox and will secure the kill onto them. Look at that penalty zone has been used up from the Terizla, will secure the kill onto that Aurora. At this point, it's going to be like 1-4-2 trade from the side of Team Celsius Esports. Even after getting all the buff, all that is left is to just push the turrets all along.
Yes, and oh my god, that was so much going on in that team fight. Just so many ultimates being used up without giving any break to the chain CC coming in from the side of Team Celsius. And here we can see that they will be going in for that second turtle of the game. Probably gonna go uncontested again, just like last time. But Bane, though, he seems to be a bit mentally disturbed because he is just at level 5 while 02 is at level 9. Last game as well, it was a 4 level gap between the two junglers, and this game it is already a 6k gold gap under the 5-minute mark, which is pretty sad for Team Ace.
That's true. Like, look on to the mid lane. They actually want to take the mid tier as well now. The bot tier has been already fallen off. The Xbox is giving a lot of damage with those fire missiles onto that Minotaur. Like, he's already onto the 50% HP bar. But look onto the mid lane. The chip, he's actually patiently waiting. Like, even if someone comes, I'm just going to use my portal and bring my whole teammates onto the team fight. And they will actually back off because they know even if they go for the defensive onto the turret, onto the mid lane, they will actually just give away their life.
Exactly, and no matter what Team Ace is trying there, they are not being able to do anything. And look at them just in the mid lane closing up with their ultimates. I do feel that mentally they have given up on this match, but then again, who knows? They might come back after the 10-minute mark just like they were trying in the previous game, but unfortunately it did not work out for them. However, good try by both of them. Ultimate teleport being used up by the chip onto that Valentina. They will be forced to flicker out, but Aurora also flickering her ultimate into them, but not working out for any of them in that team fight. Almachar being used up onto that turret penalty zone, being used up to escape, but flicker stunts coming in by the chip, and they managed to secure the kill onto that Tesla. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the turret shield might just go down. Lunox with the Ruby DD combination, the light and dark ult combo, making Minotaur low enough to recall to their base. And right
That's
now,
true.
looking at the scoreboard, there's only one kill for the side of Team Ace and 8 kills in favor of Team Celsius.
That's true, and even that one kill was taken as an overextension. Coming in, oh, but look at that chip. He wants to take the kill. He actually hates the Bane. He is just dragging him back into the base. Like, look at that last sanity. He will not do enough damage to take down the base. Bane, he's extremely low. They are actually going for the kill onto that top tier as well. The Valentina is down into that skirmish. Most probably the mid tier passive will most probably fall out, and yes, it will actually. And the turtle will most probably will be going into the hands of Celsius Esports. But what if they actually refuse the turtle and go for the Lord State because there's like two inhibitor? Oh, but look at that Lunox going with the Rook combo. The penalty zone has been used up, will not hit anyone. But I think so. He was actually going for the CC. But look at that portal coming in from that chip as long with the last sanity coming in. Most probably it's going to be over because like there are three people dead from their side. The last sanity was stolen from the side of the Ace. The Valentina will actually steal the ultimate of the Xbox, but there's only one cannon minion left. I think it's going to be over, but they're actually targeting the Valentina at this point. Look at that. Minion is extremely low, but I think the minion wave will most probably spawn onto that 41-minute mark. Look, the Tesla is still back. He will actually manage to take and secure the minions so that the base is defended.
Yes, oh my god, that Minion Fury by the Minotaur in the middle of three of them could actually do nothing because he died because before the third phase of the ultimate was even activated. And right now, Team Celsius is just looking for a direct end to this match without the third turtle or even the Lord because they are just way too much ahead in front. Lunox can flicker in the middle of all of them with the dark and light ultimates, and they will just get wiped out considering they do not have any magic defense for now.
That's true. Like they're actually going for the Lord at this point. Like they're just patiently waiting for the mark when the Lord comes, and boom, like they'll just go for the Lord, march down with it, with those last sanity and the chip portals coming in. They would actually nothing they could actually do from the side of Team Ace. The Layla isn't farmed up. If we look onto the KDA actually doesn't matter, but the farm does. Look at that, like but the portal has been used from the chip. But the chip, like the portal was used into the bat position, I think so. It was actually spawned into the base, I think so, and the base will give enough damage to kill it. Oh, look at that alpha charge coming in along with that Aurora and the three-man penalty zone coming onto that Terizla. Look at those team fights. What a massive play coming in from the side of Team Ace, but will not do enough damage to take down those skills. From the side of Team Celsius Esports, they're extremely low, but they're still forcing down because the Lord is still marching down. Look at those recalls and those trolling coming in from the side of Team Celsius Esports. They know it is a win for themselves. Like, also look at that Layla. They're just casually jumping onto that Layla. The Bane, he's trying his best to defend the base as much as possible, but it will not do enough damage to do so. The chip goes down into the process. I think the Ruby Duty combo will do most of the damage in the team fights, and it's going to be the godlike for that Alpha. The deadly catch has been used up from that Bane. I think they're just targeting themselves. Like at this point, they're not even going for the base because they know they have already won the team fights along with the win.
exactly what I meant. Team Ace actually did pretty good in that team fight with the penalty zone and the Minoan Fury, but they just did not have enough farm to actually deal enough damage to the enemies and wipe them out. Otherwise, they could have tried and make a comeback. Unfortunately, Therapist here with the bronze in this game, the Layla pick did not style out for him, but Team Celsius Alpha, being the MVP, managed to secure game number 2 in this best of 3, and with a clean sweep, they will be proceeding to the top 32 out of a total of 128 plus teams. So, all the best and good luck to them for the future games. Nice try to Team Ace, and we will be waiting to see you and your Fanny therapist in the next future games. Thank you everyone for joining. We will be back with game number 2. And everyone, welcome back to game number two in round two, day three of Legends Unleashed tournament. And right now, you are going to witness India's apparently the best squad in India, ABM, versus the underdogs G Spot colonizers. We're just going to call them GSC for safety's sake. But then again, two great teams going to be fighting against each other, and I will be joined by my co-caster Leon. Leon, what are your thoughts on the bans so far?
Well, there are pretty common bands here, like Roger and the Zuxon. Well, as per we see, Roger is giving a lot of problem because of his sustain, and Zuxon is well known for the destroying the team fights. So I guess that those are the pretty decent bans, and you can see a Teresla ban too from the team ABM. So
Yes, as you mentioned, pretty solid bans coming in by both the teams. Standard bans, most importantly, to Jukshin, Terizla, Chip, and Roger. Pretty usual bans, but then again, Team ABM, this game it seems they will be sticking to their comfort picks, which they are already known to be good at, and the same goes for the side of Team GSC.
well, you are right on this point. I guess both of the teams are just they're just gonna stick to their comfort picks here, but well, but personally, I prefer the meta and the counter draft picks over the comfort. And we can see the Hayabusa ban and the Mino ban, and we will just wait to see the ABM's first pick. Well, there, yeah, the Zask was open, and as we all know, that Zask is really popular right now in this meta for the ultimate skill of his, so he can just destroy because of his one hero marking skill because of the update. So it was really nice pick to pick the Zask as the first pick, and we can see the Yuzong to mark the backliners, and we can see the team hovering over the Fanny. What do you think about the Fanny pick? Like, seeing from this tournament, the Fanny is really popular pick in this tournament, but it couldn't give much output because of the invades.
Yes, as you mentioned, even in the last match, we saw an amazing Fanny single-handedly giving trouble to one of the best teams, Celsius. But then again, here we can see New Beast. He switched on to that Savior pick, and Asuna here with the Jask. Yes, that is known. He will be picking that. J is in J mode again. ABM is in ABM mode in round two this time. They won't be playing serious. They are going on ahead with their classic troll picks. But then again, it's AVM, you don't know what they might be doing even with those picks. So now it's all up to Team GSC to use these picks up to their advantage and see what they can do so that they win in the first match itself.
Yeah, we don't really see this Lapo and Aldo's pick in this tournament, but they are going for the comfort picks. But I'm not really sure about this Aldo's pick because Aldo's is kind of really weak in the early games. If they manage to slowball him, then I guess the red team has a chance of winning the match. What are your thoughts about
Yes, red team as for now, except for the Jazz pick, it is actually red team who has the stronger picks as of right now. But then again, ABM might actually convert this to their benefit. And here, as we can see, Moscow was picked up by the side of team GSC. Not to mention that Moscow is also one of the best MMs to shred down Shask's ultimate. So rest assured it will be one heck of a match that is going to take in place in front of us. And Ling was also banned out by the side of Team GSC. Pretty solid plans coming in from them this time.
it? Yeah, banning a Hylos and banning the Link. That was really nice from both of the teams because a Link can. Uh, for the Link, it's really easy to mark the backliners. Like for example, this Zask, if he comes out of his ultimate form, then it's like it's a really easy kill for the Link. It's like a food for this Link. And we can see this Lolita ban from the team. Okay, the Link is not banned from the team ABN, but it's the red team who banned the Link. Okay, that was really something that I won't expect because, but let's see about it. Like, I'm really excited for this match, and I know you are too.
Yes, everyone is, I would say, who doesn't want to watch two good teams face off each other. That too as early as round two, you know what I mean? And here, Apex will be looking forward to the last ban for them. They should be going in ahead with another, I don't know, probably a jungle ban, or it could be something in some other lane, and it was a Tigreal ban instead. That would say I was well planned because Team GSC does not have a roam yet. Meanwhile, Team GSC had banned out the Lolita, so they would have to strategize carefully to go with some roamer who has decent amount of CC.
Yeah, and you are absolutely right. And they go for the Kufra that has a decent amount of CC. You were absolutely right on the point that they will go for the CC hero. And we don't see a Natalia pick, and there is a Natalia pick. I guess we're going to see a really early game domination from the team ABM because they have really a nice early game heroes, except for this Aldos, who I guess he's going for the gold lane because I guess Heart is going for the jungle, but we don't really see any jungle spells here. But I'm really curious what the red team is going to pick.
Yes, as you mentioned, the red team here actually denied up Apex from his Cupra. But then again, it is Apex. He did pick up the Natalia to try out the Collector. It's a tournament lobby. They're making full use of it, if you know what I mean. But it is ABM. They are in round two. They don't really care that much, so they're going to try out their drafts. But then again, they will be trying to end the match as soon as possible because Xavier and Moscow, once they scale, considering it's an alpha in the jungle, so they have early, mid, as well as late advantage Team GSC. So it will be difficult for ABM to maintain the pace of this game.
And you're absolutely right about that. But I'm really curious about this how this Lapu jungle works against the Alpha jungle because Lapu's I don't really know because Alpha's passive that works because of his true damage. I guess it can give an upper hand on this Lapu, but I'm not really sure what are they planning. So I guess we'll just dive into the match and we are here in the loading screen, so we'll just wait for it.
Yes, that is exactly what I mean. And here we are almost into the land of Dawn, waiting off for Kufra, and he is in as well. And as we can see, strong drafts coming in from both the teams. Unorthodox picks, sure, but rest assured, it is ABM and they will be delivering to us a pretty entertaining match. Team GSC here is another very good team, so we are all set for the action as we have stepped onto the land of dawn. And here, as we can see, standard rotations will be coming in by both the teams, both junglers starting off on their red buffs. No, actually, Lapu is starting off on that blue buff, while someone else is starting it on the red buff. And as we can see, nothing much going on in the battlefield for now. Let us wait and watch.
And yeah, as you can see, the Kufra, he's really there to annoy this Lapu. I guess he will try to melt his flicker out, but I mean his retribution out. But I don't really know. And a really nice play from Lapu, and he didn't melt his retribution. Natalia giving a lot of damage to his Kufra. Zask using his small thing. Yeah, I don't really know his name, but yeah. And there is a first blood we can see from the team ABM to that Kufra. That was really nice gameplay from the Zask and the Natalia.
That is exactly what I mentioned in the draft as well. It is ABM. No matter what they pick, they are going to convert it. And then again, Radiant managed to secure the kill onto that Moskov in the goal lane. But aware as he might be, since Apex is there to provide the vision, Alpha is going to be ganking onto that marksman. Kufra a bit confused on whether to engage or not. But Alpha right there, not using his Alpha charge last yet, having messed that up. Will Radiant be able to escape? No, that's just too much of crowd control for him in that team fight. Kufra using his second skill to stop him from dashing away, and that will be a kill secured in favor of Team GSC.
And that's right. And then we can see this Aldos recalling out, and I don't really know. I guess that Natalia and the Zask are really annoying this dragon, so he can't really force. And the brave fighter used from this Lapu and securing the skill on this Moskov. That was a really nice gameplay from the team ABM, securing the gold laner. And I guess now the Harith will get a free farm, and he can just take the tower gold. and that's a really easy farm from this Harriet.
Yes, exactly. That is the entire game plan. Get the goal lane ahead and farm so that he can just change the whole pace of the game. That is what ABM does always. Recall taunts coming in by the Yuzhong on the EXP lane. Moscow will be retreating because he already has two deaths. One, he lost a 1v1 against the Harriet, and the second was a gank by ABM's jungler onto them. And here, Mino will be using the Baby Spiral onto the EXP lane, but Yuzhong managing to escape just in time. And once again, we can see an engage onto the goal lane. Apex securing the kill onto that Moscow. Turret dives coming in all the way. Kufra forced to flicker out of that fight. But as Radium in danger right under that turret, and he will be taken down by the Savior.
Yeah, and then there is a lot of thinking happen, like a lot of things happening, and now you can see that Zask is playing the golden, I guess, and now Harith will go for the mid lane or something. I don't really know about this rotation, but I guess I don't know. Like there's just something really interesting about this match that I just wanna focus on this match and leave the casting. But well, we have to cast the match, so yeah. I'm just talking my mind here right now. I guess I shouldn't have.
Yes, that I agree. Team ABM here, they are known as the Mazdoor squad of Mumbai server, and we are the ones actually doing the Mazdoori for them from the commentator's desk. But then again, it's all for the viewers' entertainment, so don't forget to support this tournament. You know, guys, it means a lot to us. But then again, as you can see, not much of an engage coming in on any of the lanes, but Jay will be managing to secure those stacks by cutting the lane onto that EXP. Yuzhong trying to use up his Apex there for backup. Knockup will be used, and not much of a skirmish there except for the 2-second fight. And the next turtle will be up in 5 seconds very soon.
What do you think about this Nest Turtle fight actually? Because they have a Kufra and they have an ABM have a Natalia, and Kufra can give a lot of damage instead of and the Xavier goes down. That was really unexpected. Like the Xavier position, I can say that it was kind of really bad because you saw the Kufra giving the vision, and still he went in the side and inside the bush, and he will be taken down and he will be punished for his actions. Okay, and see, I can see the Team Red taking the turtle. I guess it will be a free turtle for this Team Red. Okay, Black Dragon form has been used. Zask using his ultimate, giving him a lot of damage. Alpha is there, but I don't think they are gonna fight with Zask while he is in his ultimate. Zask going in, and he comes out of his ultimate like a really easy peasy moment. Okay, and we can see the bot lane tower has been taken down from Miss Harriet. A really high gold lead from this Harriet, and I guess that will create a problem for this Team Red.
Yes, that is exactly what Team Red is actually not keeping up to how good their draft was because their main damage dealer, the Moskov, is on 040. And if you saw that Dawning Light, it missed both Asuna and Miro or near that small creep. So they will not have any vision of that bush. But they decided to take the safe route, so it's fine for them. Kufra is sticking with the Moskov on the goal lane, but then again, it's Radium. He knows that the Kufra is there and he won't be engaging. It is true that ABM is completely focused on the objectives, no matter what their picks are in this game. And look at that, just perfectly and curious. Bravest Fighter being used up by Mirio and engage under the turret. Asuna using his ultimate. Natalia trying to cast them off. Alpha Charge being used up. But no casualties even after a 3-man turret dive because the alien soaked up the turret damage while 3 members of Team GSC are the ones who died in that team fight.
And that was a really nice gameplay from APM. Like as we know, like if you are playing for together for so long after so many years, like it's obvious that your ranks and your laning will be really nice, like compared to the other teams. And I can see that there Kufra is facing a really big trouble, and I guess Kufra will survive that team fight. I not mean team fight, that rank. I guess and Alpha's buff will may go down. And okay, Lapu winning the retry battle against this Alpha and securing the blue buff. That was really nice from this Lapu. Okay, Kufra jumping in, but I think he's just miscalculated. As the Dawning Light from this Xavier giving some damage to Zask. And Lapu with a brave fighter going for the Xavier and giving a lot of damage, but was not able to secure a kill. But Harriet goes in, he was like, okay, I'm gonna take the revenge. But I don't think, okay, Harriet with a double kill, and Natalia securing the kill on the Alpha, even though Alpha used the Spear of Alpha, but it was not enough for the Alpha to survive, and the team fight surely goes to the ABM. with zero casualties. Maybe only maybe the heart fell down. Okay, I guess that was my bad. I wasn't watching the map.
Yes, the Harith actually dived in way too deep to sustain that turret damage, which was nearly around 2.5k. But he actually got 2 kills, so that is very well done by him. Now we can see the team ABM is actually 5k goal lead ahead and 9 kills ahead of team GSC, which is pretty unfortunate considering how good of a draft Team GSC had. Luffy using the Davis fighter nearly at the turret but decides not to go under it because Asuna is there to finish them off with his ultimate. Salva charge was used up to escape under the turret. Will he survive? And yes, he managed to survive with one flicker of an HPJ at this point. Pretty sure he has a lot of stacks and he's dealing a lot of damage. And that said, it is ABM after all.
Zaz, Harith with his ultimate and securing the kill on this alpha. Like this Harith is going just crazy. Like he's like, I don't care about the towers anymore. I'll just go in for the kills. I don't care about anything else now. I just want the kills. I want the MVP. He's fighting for the MVP right now with this Lapu.
Yes, it's literally Apex versus Meteor right now in a fight on who gets the MVP from the winning team. Though on the losing side, Team GSC, it seems that it will be Alpha or Cupra who secure the MVP, or even Xavier actually, if he manages to get a kill or more. Nonetheless, it is still a pretty good fight. Jay just standing there in Moscow's face, soaking up the damage. They just don't have enough farm to melt him down. But then again, nothing can be said right now. It is actually pretty amazing gameplay coming in by the teams.
Like, if you ask me, like, if the team ABM is not able to end the game in the 13 minutes or 15 minutes, then it will be a problem for them because they have a Xavier and a Moscow. Because the main problem that Team Red is facing, because they have the late game scaling heroes, and in the Team ABM they have the early game heroes like the Slapu, Zas, Alpha, like Natalia and Harith. So it's obvious that the Team Red was facing will face the problem, and if they manage just to manage to hold the game a bit more, just like 5 or 6 minutes more, I guess they have a chance of winning. But the Team ABN is way too fit. Dragon's Black Dragon form has been melted. And he goes in for the Zaz. I guess he will be secure. Zaz using the flicker and goes out with the Dragon goes down, Kufra goes down, Natalia is been executed by the tower. Okay, Harith going in for the kill of the Alpha. I guess this is the GG's and the game one goes to the team ABM.
Oh my god, that dragon had almost taken down Asuna, but he managed to use his ultimate at such a perfect time that they managed to survive. And Yuzhong's passive did not trigger either. As expected, it is Muriel with the MVP. Apex died to that tower, otherwise, he would have secured the MVP instead. But rest assured, good gameplay executed by both the teams. Just a bit of synchronization issue by the side of Team GSC. We will be waiting to see more coming from them considering how well they drafted. So do not go anywhere. We will be back with game number 2 very soon. The game number 2 in this best of 3. A little bit of a technical issue right there, but we will soon be back with Leon by my side, and this is me, your caster Sarah. This time, Team GSC is on the blue side and Team ABM on the red side. As expected, Team GSC has gone ahead with the chip ban, and another standard ban, the Juxin, was banned out by ABM. Pretty good bans coming in by both the teams. Same as last game, I would say. And though ABM is going on ahead with the standard bans right now, I do not think their picks will be as standard. So let us wait and see what they have to pick in this game. What do you have to say, Leon?
I guess the team GSC should ban this Zask this time because Loki, he was the main problem in the team fights because he was just ruining the team fights. Maybe they should just draft the Zask or they should just ban it. And I guess the team ABM will not give the team GSC a chance of picking the draft or banning the draft. They will just ban it themselves.
Yes, absolutely. That is exactly what I meant here. They banned out the Jask, and meanwhile, Team GSC banned out the Hayabusa. They don't want Jay to pick up that Haya. And then again, no one wants anyone to pick up the Hayabusa in the current meta. But rest assured, Team GSC should have a backup plan in the back of their heads. And looking at the draft right here, there's not much to be predicted except Team GSC might be looking forward with another roam or EXP such as the Terizla ban right here, or they could be banning out the Ling in the jungle itself so that no one picks the Tempest of Blades hero up. But they went ahead with a high loss ban, which is also pretty justified considering Terizla or Ling are heroes from their hero pool itself. Team ABM here, though, they would be looking in ahead for any of those bans as we mentioned before.
Yeah, and I can say I guess like for my opinion that this Kufra and this High Loss ban were pretty nice bans because they're just cutting out the main heroes of the Apex, and then I guess there will be a Roger pick, and there is a Roger pick here. What do you think
Yes, a
about this
smart
team GSC?
prediction.
Yeah,
Absolutely smart prediction coming out right there, Leon. And here, Team ABM seems to be hovering over a Cyclops, I believe. A bit of a lag on my part, but Jay here, once again hovering over that Alduas. I do not know what they are up to. It is ABM. It is up to the audience and you to predict what they're gonna do.
picking all those, and I don't really know because even last match, Team ABM have the lanings and the experience of playing with each other, so they know their rotations. So they just can go for the Aldos because, but normally, I don't know. Like another Aldos pick, I don't really know. Like they're just going picking Aldos. Like at this point, I'm just speechless about it. Like we don't really see Aldos pick in high ranks because me myself, I don't really see any high lows picks, and we can see a Tesla. Personally, I can say like the Sylvana pick was a really decent pick because Sylvana may force the most of the heroes to go for the Purify because you cannot really escape from Sylvana's ult until and unless you have the Purify or any immunization skills.
Yes, exactly. And look at ABM right here. Muriel is on the fanny. This is going to be a feast for the audience's eyes. I can assure you with that. Team GSC has the stronger draft here, but Team ABM has more of the funny picks right here. But then again, as we saw in the last match, they're going to do avian things in the game. We don't talk about that as commentators. And here we can see the Lolita ban coming in from the side of Team ABM, which is again a standard ban. Though they could have banned something else as well, such as a marksman. But then again, Team GSC should be looking forward for the roam bans and a mage ban to just, disable those picks. It is hard to disable ABM, but Lunox is a very good ban coming in from them.
Yeah, and banning the Slunox will ensure that the Tesla won't die in team fights because except for Carrie, Claude, and Lunox, these are the three guys that who can just melt Tesla, and they're just reducing some one of them. I guess that was a really intelligent ban from the team GSC, and we can see another ban from the team GSC. Let's see what the ban. I'm really curious about the bans they can because there are a lot of hero open that they can ban just to counter the draft of the team ABM because they already picked the Fanny. They can the team JSC can go for a Roger, or they can go for something else. Not Roger. I'm sorry. For the Saber, or maybe a Kaja. because we haven't really seen a Kaja, but I have seen Kaja in picking a lot of times in Indo draft. So what do you think about it?
Yes, yesterday Team Eliminators also picked up a Kaja in their draft, and we saw how well they did in that draft itself. Here, Team GSC should be looking forward towards a lockdown kind of pick, such as the Franco Kaja or even a Saber for that instant, just to keep things fun and light. Just to lock down that Fanny and take him down in the team fights. With Radium here, he's in no mood of rule. He's in full mode of I want to finish this game as fast as possible. Let me pick up my main hero Harith. And as we predicted, Team GSC did pick up that Franco, and not to mention, it will give Fanny a pretty tough time.
You are absolutely right on that. Picking a suppression hero against a Fanny will be a really nice pick, but we are just forgetting about the teams. It's not like a Franco is enough to stop the Fanny if the team is on him. Because as we know, all those Franco is really squishy in the early games, and they have a Natalia again from the team ABM, and Natalia can easily dominate the early games. And I'm really curious how they play this off, because they have this Franco, they have this late game combo with this Louis, with this Roger, with this Tersla, with this Julian, and in the team from ABM, we can see a Fanny, a Natalia, a Sylvana, and a Harriet with no gold laner, no particular late game DPS. So, what are your thoughts about it? What do you think? Which team are you supporting this time?
This time, I would once again say it is Team GSC with the better draft. There is no competition to this draft, at least to our eyes. But in terms of gameplay, ABM can turn things around pretty fast, even under the 3-minute mark of the game. So, as we can say, it's going to be a 50-50 in my opinion.
Okay, so just let's dive into the match with in the land of Dawn, and okay, we can see this Franco just using his hook. I guess he's just having fun. I guess he's just confident enough to just share, just so he can carry the team out.
Yes, exactly. And here, as you can see, Mirio starting on ahead with his blue buff. Julian also on near his blue. Franco providing the support so that Apex cannot invade this time. Or, uh-oh, the hook almost connecting, but will be missing. Jay in bit of a danger here in the goal lane. It is actually Aldua's goal lane and a Harith EXP. What do you have to say about that?
I can say for the early games, if they're confident enough, they can just manage with the Aldos playing this gold lane. But I guess that will be a really problematic for him against this Roger. And I can see this Julie, and the Julian didn't really get the buff. It was buff that goes to the low E, and we can see a first blood coming from this Natalia on this Aldos. I mean, from this on this Roger. This Roger really tried to kill this Natalia, but he was really unsuccessful. And we can see the iron hook from this Franco, but he was unsuccessful to hook this Natalia, and will be hooking a minion, and the team fight goes to the team ABM.
Roger actually lost that in the EXP lane. He was winning against Jay initially, but that was just the unfortunate first blood coming in because of the rotation gap. And here, as we can see, Apex is rotating towards the goal lane once again, but he will be moving back towards the turtle, knowing that Meteor needs some help with his farm. He just managed to reach his level 4, and if his team is not there, it will be a tough contest for the turtle from the side of Team ABM. Try to engage on a Terizla, not the best of choices. Cutthroat not dealing enough damage, and will just manage to escape. Imperial Justice was used up by Jay, but sorry, Asuna, but not much of an use there.
Yeah, the Imperial Justice was a really nice ult there, but it was not enough to execute the kill on that Julian. And we can see the Tersla rotating, but I don't think he can do really much because I don't think we will be seeing a crank in the mid lane, and I can see the Luoyi using her ult going to the mid bot lane. I guess Aldos will go down. He's using the sprint, and Franco's Iron Hook. Aldos will go down. Fanny with the steel cables securing the kill on this Franco. And that was a really nice gameplay from both of the team. Fanny going for more, Julian using his enhanced third skill, using the retribution, but Fanny's damage is way too high, and Julian will back off.
Meter was initially behind it in farm considering his EXP, but now he's just equalized it with one assist. And here we can see that all the engages are focused around that Roger. Asuna camping in the middle of nowhere, Imperial Justice being used up on there, but Odin will be taken down on that Franco, and Apex will be killed secured by Faded using the Lycan Pounds. Asuna in a bit of a danger, he will have to flicker out because he's used up by the Roger as well. And he will be backing off. Not much for news. Fanny trying to protect his teammate. He is very low, and the lethal ignition will help our Julian to secure the kill onto that Fanny.
Well, I guess that Fanny really tried, but I guess that was a really overextend from this Fanny because he was confident enough to just secure the kill, but he was not successful. And I guess the team fight goes to the team GSC for now. I guess this is a match we can see. I guess this is a really nice match. We can see something different. Not like the team APM is dominating from the early game, and we can see the team JSC like really holding them off, and the penalty zone used from the Terizla trying to kill this Harriet, and this Aldo's coming in from out of nowhere, leaving his lane, and he saved this Harriet. That was a really nice gameplay from the team ABN, and right when I was watching the EXP lane, the Roger secures the turtle with the Julian Apex camping on Julian's blue buff. I don't know what's going on up in this match.
Yes, oh my god, that was such a good gameplay coming in by both the teams in that sense. And look at the diversion play coming in by the Luoyi. Fanny in danger. Here will. Oh, oh, oh my god, that was a perfect hook coming in by the Franco. That iron hook was excellent, and the lockdown was used upon that Fanny. She could not manage to escape that four-man rotation coming in by Team GSC. They are finally doing the comeback which everyone wanted to see. Apex in danger. Imperial Justice used among three people out there. Knockup being used up. Will Asuna manage to escape? No. Like Pounds managing to secure the kill. All of them are low. Sonzai secures the kill on to J, and but Cutthroat was able to secure a kill on Sonzai as well. A 2-for-2 trade in that team fight.
That was a really nice team fight from the team JSC. I can see that they are like, no, we just lost the first game because we were just confident enough by seeing your picks, and we just took you lightly, and but we are not gonna do it from the next game, and we are gonna come back. And that's what I like about this team JSC in this match. I'm really rooting for them just so we can see a third match on the team. I don't want that like they just APM just dominate them, because I know that the APM have a lot of experience, a lot of nice games. They are a really good team in India, but I don't. But you should never underestimate your opponents.
Yes, that is exactly what is happening in this game. Team GSC is putting up a very, very strong fight in this match. Look at that zoning coming in by the Terrasla as he is clearing the lanes. The rotation is perfect in this game as Team ABM is trying to focus the goal lane. GSC is managing to mirror the rotation onto that EXP lane, and they are managing to secure the turret as well. But Asuna will be in the mid lane as he managed to secure that mid tier 1, which is pretty important for that.
And you are absolutely right on that. And you can see they lost both of turrets, and Aldo's going, and no, it was the Imperial Justice from the Sylvana, but he was not able to, and the Julian's enhanced second seal securing, stunning both of them, and a single kill from Julian and a kill from this Louis. That was a really beautiful gameplay from the team JSC, and I don't really know what to say about it. Like, they are just like, I'm back, we are back. We just can't say anything about this match anymore. It's like no team is dominating, no team is lacking, because the goal difference is around just 1k, and even though team GSC is heading in goal, but still team ABM have a chance of overcoming it. And I'm really interesting about this match. Louis using his ultimate again. They will just try to force the bot lane tower again. Bot lane tower. Okay, you can see the Harriet and the Sylvana coming in, but I don't think it's enough. Okay, the penalty zone from this Terizla and the Imperial Justice from this Sylvana, but it's not enough to stop the team JSC. They are just unstoppable at this moment.
Oh my god, what an interesting match going on. Today's matches are just something, Leon, I must say. Team ABM here, they aren't focused in this because they thought they would finish, but Team GSC is like, nah, you ain't doing that, brother. I'm also good enough to take you down. They are in their home server. This is a Bengal server match, and Team GSC is saying that, this is my match. I am gonna show you what GSC is.
And you are right. We can see this giving this to Roger pick was really a bad mistake from this team ABM. Harriet trying to clear the lane, but I guess he will be forced to recall for now because you don't want to die when you are a gold lane. I can see Tesla having some problem, and the Imperial Justice using from the Sylvana. Tesla making that Natalia really low, but he won't be able to secure the kill on that Natalia. That was a really nice gameplay, and you can see that Julian securing the kill on that Sylvana. There was a lot of things happening. Julian going in for the Aldos. I guess Roger will back off. Aldos using the contract, but he will not go because he knows, because if he goes, he don't have that enough damage to secure the kill on that Roger, and he will just back off. I guess that is a free lot for the team JSC unless and until team ABM do some really nice plays.
Do not think the ABM will be looking to contest the Lord because Fanny, he is pretty underfarmed right now. He's only level 11 while Julian is at level 13, so he will have the retry damage advantage. And here, as we can see, they are hunting for Apex. Apex has to escape this, but if he manages to make an outplay and kill that Roger, which he might just do, Roger managing to immune, but he will be taken down in that fight. Two members of Team GSC on to Apex and he will be taken down. Meanwhile, here ABM and Asuna marching down on the mid lane. I do not know why Meteor using his Fanny cutthroat onto a Julian, but not the best of decisions. Meteor, a message for you from your fans. Do not play Fanny again. But the message from the commentators, please play Fanny again. It is fun for us. Nonetheless, jokes aside, Team EVM is actually struggling right now because they lost their first lord and they do not have that much of scaling, which is going to prevent the Roger and Luoyi from creating havoc inside their base. So they need to come up with a plan to take this match home if they want to win.
And if you notice something, Sarah, like in this tournament, the fan epic is really cursed. Even though you get your buff, even though the enemy is not in paid, it's like you are losing the match because at this point, according to the laning phase, Team GSC is ahead from ABM, and they have more scaling heroes than ABM. And if they are holding them really nice, and you can see Tesla having some problem. But penalty zone used by the Sterzla, and he sustains a lot of damage. Julian going in, but Aldo's using the sprint and he will go back. That was a really nice. That's why like you should see or you should seek for the Sterzla. He can just sustain a lot. So his team again, really nice enhanced third skill from this Julian, but he will farm down a cutthroat from this Fanny, and this Aldo securing the kill on this Louis, and that's a literal 3-4-0 trade. Oh my god, that's a really nice gameplay from both of the teams. Like, not like from this time, I guess it was a really nice gameplay from this ABM. This match is really something else. We
Yes.
can't really say
Oh
who should
my
win who.
god. Absolutely. And that was a massive misplay coming in from the side of Team GSC. They had the lead, but they let three of their members die in the team fight. I do not know why they picked that 3v5 team fight near the red buff because Jay is online. His items are in, and right now it's the late game. His damage will be up, and look at that. That is the team synchronization I was talking about. Three people of Team ABM just there to fight. Louis trying to take down the Aljuas as much as possible. Flicker like a punch coming in. The bite faded on that Roger. Will Jay be taken down? The zigzag movement coming in from him, but not enough to keep him safe. He will go down to the hands of Luowi. Luowi, the unsaid master of this game. She is doing so much with those diversion plays, and now Team GSC will be looking forward to take the Lord. The Franco must lock down that Fanny if they want to secure the Lord. Fanny trying to make it engage, had it using his ultimate in that team fight. Three-man penalty zone coming in, and oh my god, Louis just doing so much double kill for him, and a three-man penalty zone coming in by the Terizla. Excellent team fight right there at the Lord Leon.
I have no words right now. I am so surprised by the team gameplays right now. I am literally speechless. Like just we saw now that Louis was little out position and Apex securing the kill on this Louis, but that still the lot goes to the team GSC and the team ADM having a lot of problem right now. Because I guess I have a lot to blame them because they were just taking this match literally lightly, picking this Aldos and the Nasalia, but they just forgot that the team JXC have this late game scaling heroes that can really give them a really hard time in the late game, and it's already 13 minutes and I don't know, anything can happen in this match, and I guess this for now the favor goes to the team GSC. I'm so excited for this match, and I guess we will see a third match in this tournament for the first time, because like from the past streams we have seen it's like 2-0 2-0 all the time. I guess it's like they deserve a three match, the third match. Oh my god, I can't even speak right now. It's like so much thing happening in this match and I'm just literal speechless.
That is exactly what we, the audience, wants to know. India wants to know that whether we will have a third match or not, and it is all up to GSC and Noob beats on that Louis. They must make their diversion plays. They must use their team comp right here to take down ABM. They are most of them are pretty squishy, except that Aldous, even Natalia is a pretty squishy pick for the Rome. But rest assured, Radium is chunking down Renozi on that Terizla. But will Terizla manage to survive? Penalty zone being used to lock down Harith, and Harith will be taken down instantly. Apex here on the backline trying to take down the Terizla, and he will be managed to secure that kill. Sonzai managed to take down Asuna in the front lane itself. Miro in danger. He's out of energy, and Lycan Pounce is available for Faded on that Roger, and he managed to secure the kill. Apex, the last one alive. Is he gonna be taken down? He is in that bush. He is playing with them. Faded is low enough. He will have to back off if he wants to survive because Apex has the burst damage. Aldous, though, on the mid lane, is trying to clear the way so that they cannot push. But these people are on to Apex. They are not gonna leave him alone. Apex. Oh my god, the side steps are crazy. But Aldous will be there for the backup very soon. And this might just be a disengage coming in, unless we are gonna see a suppress coming in by the Franco. But Sonzai would be taken down. Just not enough damage to burst him off before he secured that kill.
That was something I won't expect. Like, I really thought that Aldos won't be coming, and I can see the Winter Crown will melted from this Sylvana, and Imperial Justice securing the kill on this Louis, and the cutthroat from this Fanny to this Roger getting really low. Franco surviving. Franco trying to survive, and I guess Franco will go down. Harry's recovering his HP from this minions. Again, he will survive from the. Oh my god, this match is something else now. From like, if you see, like this 2 minutes ago, the match was on the favor of GSC. Now the match is in the favor of Team ABM.
Yes, oh my god, just so many mistakes coming in from GSC. It's actually so sad to see because GSC was doing so very well in the mid game, and oh my god, look at Roger's damage. He managed to secure the kill onto that Silvana with just two basic attacks, but Team ABM managed to secure the Lord, and Jay is chasing that Roger under his base. He will use the sprint to run away. What kind of a sustain is that? Flicker hook necessary to take him down, and even in that, Franco was chunked down to one sliver of his HP. Shut down for Faded. Uh oh, double kill for Radium. That is Radium for you, and that, my friends, is ABM. That is how they turn over their games. GG, well played by both the teams. This might just be the game end.
I don't really know because the low is coming in 19 seconds and they have the still the mid inhibitor and I guess they have the stairs that to defend, but I don't know he can sustain the damage from this Fanny and the Harriet. Okay, the cutthroat from using from the Fanny and the Fanny trying to secure the kill on this Tesla but was not successful and the load is really low. I guess they can the team JSC will be able to defend. The Roger is back and I guess that's a defend. Okay, the Aldos using his contract just to come close because he don't want to walk from his base. No one wanna does.
I do believe this was a successful defense coming in from the side of team GSC. They still have a chance. They still have that Louis and Roger to make those finish plays. So we cannot wait to see what is going to be the outcome of this match. The hype is too much. The audience will agree as well. And Peyton managed to secure the kill on to Medio. Medio just not being able to do much out there. And Fanny will be taken down by the through the battlefield until and unless one team makes a mistake.
Like you're absolutely right on that because like the hook was really unpredictable. We can see the enhanced like the enhanced third skill from this Julian and Roger securing the kill from this or like from this Aldos and the execute from this Natalia securing the kill on this Aldos. Okay, we can see they're just trying to
Oh,
end the team ABM. I guess this end and
babe!
the win goes to the ABM. That was so nice from this Harriet and Silvana securing the base while no one was watching, while the Franco just came trotting, thinking that he will be able to defend, and he was unsuccessful about.
And oh my god, even after that difficult fight, Team GSC definitely won our hearts. But this match screams that it was made for ABM. They just did it out of nowhere. They will be ending this streak with a 2-0 as they proceed to the round of 32. We will be coming back with the last game for today and do not go anywhere. It is gonna be another global squad. Team Eden Zero playing on behalf of Lakshmi Chit Fund Team LCF. So wait up everyone and stay tuned.
फालतू ओए। Oh,
Hello and welcome everybody to round 2 day 3 of Legends Unleashed tournament and इधर है हम टीम LCF और प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर का टीम। तो ड्राफ्ट में अभी घुसते देखते हैं कि हाइलोस बैन हुआ है हमारे प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर, और जैसे प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर आता है रिपीट, वैसे ही ड्राफ्ट भी रिपीट ही हो रहा है हमारा हाइलोस बैन होके और जास्ट बैन होके। मतलब बहुत स्टैंडर्ड दिख रहा है। और मैं आपका कास्टर बॉल्डडू एंड विद माय फ्रेंड लियोन, हम दोनों इस मैच के लिए आपके कास्टर्स रहेंगे। सो नाइस टू मीट यू ऑल एंड लियोन टेक इट फ्रॉम हियर।
अच्छा तो इधर हम लाइक नॉर्मल बहुत कैजुअल बैंड्स देखते हैं, लाइक हाइलोस, जुक्सन, रॉजर, हायबूसा और जास्क। सो हम जानते हैं लाइक ये जो सब हीरोज बैन हुए हैं लाइक दे आर रियली ओपी इन देयर लेन्स, एंड अभी हम देखते हैं कि लिंक बैन हुआ। सो वो लोग अभी के लिए टीम,
और ये गया लिंक बैन।
हाँ लाइक क्या लगता है लाइक बहुत लाइक बहुत कैजुअल सा बैन हुआ है यहाँ पे, लाइक कुछ आउट ऑफ अनऑर्डिनरी बैन नहीं हुआ है। और एक जूलियन पिक जो बहुत नॉर्मली बहुत अच्छा ही होगा लाइक फॉर लाइक दिस मेटा, बिकॉज जूलियन का लेवल 3 के बाद ही जंगल क्लियर बहुत ज्यादा ही हाई हो जाता है।
आई थिंक जंगल क्लियर का जो एडवांटेज मिलता है ना, उसके वजह से मेटा बना है असैसिन्स के लिए। बिकॉज मोस्ट फाइटर हाइपर्स अभी पकीटो इज रियली स्ट्रांग इन अ 1v1, बट उसको जंगल में क्यों नहीं लिया जाता? क्योंकि उसका लेवल 1 to 4 फार्मिंग स्पीड बहुत स्लो रहता है जब तक उसका आइटम्स ना आए। वो बहुत कम, वो टैंक जंगल से भी कम डैमेज देता है। तो
हाँ तो वही सी बात है लाइक अभी के लिए ना फास्ट जंगलर्स का मेटा चल रहा है। सो जूलियन उनमें से अभी के लिए लाइक
ये
सबसे
अच्छा
फर्स्ट
क्राफ्ट है
जूलियन
बिकॉज
जाता है।
तुमको हाँ, जूलियन और वैलेंटीना न्यूमेनॉन ब्लास्ट को कॉपी करके बहुत सही कॉम्बो मिलेगा उसको। मीनवाइल डुऑक्स और पीटर ने बॉर्ग एंड जेवियर उठाया है। सो यू हैव द डॉनिंग लाइट ऑफ द जेवियर, थोड़ा मैप खोलने के लिए, विजन विजन खोलने के लिए टीम के लिए, थोड़ा मूवमेंट स्पीड रश मिलने के लिए, स्पेशली बॉर्ग जेवियर का S2 लेके मूवमेंट स्पीड मिलता है राइट, उसका एनहांस्ड वाला। तो उसका अल्ट को इट विल बी हार्ड टू डॉज हिज अल्ट।
हाँ एंड इधर हम देखते हैं कि मीनो बैन होता है। सो लाइक वैलेंटीना मीनो का कॉपी कर सकती है, सो उसको बैन करना सही रहेगा नहीं रहेगा आई डोंट रियली नो, बिकॉज बिकॉज द टीम ब्लू कुड हैव पिक मीनो। सो उन्होंने इसीलिए डिसाइड किया होगा लाइक मीनो हटा ही देते हैं, हमको कोई गाय वाय नहीं देखना। एंड वैलेंटीना का आई एम यू वाला जो
They
अल्ट
just
है।
want to see the kill guys. Mm. I am used
एब्सोल्यूट,
by Brando. But yeah,
या आई एम यू एंड
so
आई एम काउ।
so we have वो एक बैन हटा दिया, मॉस्को हटा दिया, previous year question paper ने they don't want to face the spear of the abyss, उसका slows, उसका continuous teleports, फिर inspire लेके जो lane domination आता है, pressure, they don't want any of that. So क्योंकि वो कभी भी टीम फाइट में स्प्लिट पुश करने जाता है, फिर अल्ट फेंक के टीम।
हाँ क्योंकि मॉस्को का अल्ट जो है स्पीयर ऑफ डेस्टिनी वो लाइक
कि
वो बहुत
लास्ट बैन
ज्यादा ही
हेलो किटी का है एलसीएफ के साइड से।
लाइक तुझे क्या लगता है भाई लाइक आई एम यू वाला जो अल्ट है वैलेंटीना का वो लाइक किस पे यूज ज्यादा करेगी, लाइक बॉर्ग पे, एक लोलिता पे और एक जेवियर, बिकॉज एक सबका अल्ट वो कॉपी कर सकती है एंड दैट्स रियली यूजफुल। पहले नेटन नेटन पे और नेटन के ऊपर दिखा रहा है बंदा, बट क्या लगता है नेटन पिक हो सकता है यहाँ पे? बिकॉज नेटन मुझे नहीं लगता क्लिंट के अगेंस्ट अगर एक अच्छा क्लिंट हुआ, बिकॉज मैं खुद इंडिया नंबर 1 नेटन रह चुका हूँ। लाइक मेरे को पर्सनली इवन दो क्लिंट मेटा में नहीं था, वो एक्चुअली में मेरे को दिक्कत करता था लेनिंग में। सो क्या लगता है तेरे को?
वो क्लिंट सी अर्ली गेम अनलेस वो
Sniper ready. Give me a target.
फॉर ओके बट इट डिडंट टेक
एंड इधर हम देखते हैं ड्रैगन पिक जो एक्चुअली इस गेम में दैट्स अ रियली नाइस पिक बिकॉज दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ बैकलाइनर्स लाइक लेस्ली जेवियर एंड ड्रैगन इफ ड्रैगन वांट्स लाइक वो इजीली अपना लेन डोमिनेट कर सकता है बॉर के सामने. So that's a really nice pick. And Angela, a healer, like us, like Angela Dragon ka combo. That's a really devastating combo that you don't want to see. And we can see a Pain. Okay, I really expect that Stark is playing this Pain because मैंने उस Stark के साथ बहुत मैचेस किए, like मैंने खेले हैं उसके साथ मैचेस and मैंने उसको देखा है बैन खेलते हुए. And his Pain is something that you don't want to mess with. And about this draft, like I can say, like both of them have a stable draft. Like दोनों का बहुत ज़्यादा stable draft है, and I don't really know like who has the upper hand here. Like, but I'm really curious about the match because अभी ये सब cranks, laning and अपने hero gameplay के ऊपर आ जाता है. So we are in the loading screen and let's see what will be
बहुत
this
दिन के बाद
match.
बेन पेन दिख रहा है प्रॉपर। बहुत दिन के
हाँ
बाद बेन
हाँ.
पिक दिखने को मिल रहा है देखे तो, लाइक अन अच्छा वाला कॉम्प पे, क्योंकि नॉर्मली बेन को फोर्स किया जा रहा है फर्स्ट में या सेकंड पे। दिस इज अ वेल थॉट आउट पिक बाय द टीम।
भाई
सोच समझ के
एक्चुअली मैं
किया
तो
है।
सही बोल रहा है तो भाई लाइक पेन पिक बहुत ज्यादा लाइक ये होता है लाइक ओके उन्होंने ये पिक कर लिया वो पिक कर लिया एंड बेन चल जाएगा इसके सामने और बेन पिक कर लेता है एंड नन लाइक आई रियली वांट टू नो इज दिस स्टार्क प्लेइंग दिस पेन बिकॉज हम सबको पता है लाइक आई नो दैट यू आल्सो नो लाइक हिज पेन इज समथिंग लाइक यू डोंट वांट टू मेस विद बिकॉज लाइक मैंने पहले भी ये बोला है बट स्टिल I really want to see the like really nice ults from this Bane disabling the team fights because Lolita ये एक बंदा है like जो Bane अपनी अपनी second skill से जो Bane का ult disable कर सकता है forcing Bane to like forcing Bane's ult on his team. So अभी क्या सोच रहा है तू?
एग्जैक्टली, इट इज अ सॉलिड चॉइस। एंड ऑल्सो पेन पिक के साथ इनका ड्राफ्ट एक तरीके से कंप्लीट हो जाता है। तो नाउ लेट्स सी, मीनवाइल लेनिंग फेज में तो यूजोंग ही मोस्ट लाइकली जीतेगा, like if he doesn't take too many hits of Xborg का S1। Meanwhile टॉप साइड पे एंजेला बेबी सिट देते हुए क्लिंट को, लेस्ली थोड़ा अकेले रह गई है, बट ब्लिज फॉलो अप दे रहा है थोड़ा जोन करने को। आई एक्सपेक्टेड लेस्ली विल एक्चुअली फ्रीज द लेन, बट उसने लेन फ्रीज नहीं किया है, विच इज अ लिटिल डिसएडवांटेज टू हर, बिकॉज उसको फालतू में एंजेला का लव वेव्स पोक करते रहेगा। Meanwhile, Yuzong is actually getting poked out Borg के against। नॉर्मली बॉर्ग का शील्ड एक सेकंड के अंदर पॉप हो जाता है, और मिड लेन में एक फर्स्ट ब्लड मिल गया।
हाँ obviously like बहुत ज्यादा अनएक्सपेक्टेड था like जूलियन का फर्स्ट ब्लड like एक जंगलर का फर्स्ट ब्लड with no trade. That's a really big disadvantage for like previous year questions. Like I don't really have any words. Like like उनको भी पता है like एक जंगलर अगर अर्ली गेम मर जाता है तो उसको फार्म डिफरेंस होता ही होता है and then he couldn't contest for the turtle fights and he has to clear his buffs.
एग्जैक्टली, अभी उसको ऑलरेडी एक लेवल का डिफरेंस हो गया है, और गेम शुरू होने के 3 मिनट भी नहीं हुए हैं।
वही तो बात है लाइक बहुत ज्यादा ये डिसएडवांटेज हो जाता है एक जंगलर के लिए अगर वो अर्ली गेम किल लेने के लिए और किल नहीं ले पाता। अगर वो किल लेके मरता तो देन इट्स लाइक इक्वलाइज्ड बट उसने कोई किल ले he couldn't really secure any kills and still he died. That was a really disadvantage for this team last year questions.
एग्जैक्टली, अभी देखते हैं कि टॉप लेन पे कुछ फाइट हो पाएगा, और विल द टीम्स जस्ट ट्राई टू सिक्योर द गोल्ड क्रैब, और बस गोल्ड क्रैब लेके बोथ टीम्स डिसएंगेज कर रहे हैं। अभी के दोनों टीम थोड़ा शांति से खेल रहे हैं, बट जब तक बेन रहेगा कहीं भी 1 सेकंड लगता है टरेट रश के लिए। पीटर बहुत अग्रेसिव फ्लिकर के साथ, एंड बेन सिक्योर्स द किल ऑन विन स्मोक। उसका S1 रिकोशे कर दिया और पॉप।
हाँ,
अभी एंजेला
ऑब्वियसली
अकेले
लाइक
टरेट के अंदर, और आई गेस टरेट ये पुश हो जाएगा। अगर बेन सही से कॉम्बो डाला तो ये टरेट तो पुश हो जाएगा।
लाइक पेन का पैसिव अटैक, उसका जो उसका जो ये है पैसिव है, दैट्स रियली इफेक्टिव बिकॉज अभी कुछ लाइक आई गेस लास्ट ईयर ही ये चल रहा था कि बेन, फरामिस एंड माशा एंड दे आर जस्ट लाइक मिड लेन एंड एंड। सो स्टिल लाइक बेन को थोड़ा नर्फ किया है, बट स्टिल लाइक उसका टेरेट डैमेज जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा हाई है। एंड अभी लाइक गेम के 5 मिनट नहीं हुए एंड गोल्ड सील डाउन हो चुका है गोल्ड लेन का, एंड टेरेट भी निकल चुका है। देख ये बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा
मिड
डिसएडवांटेज हो चुका है टीम।
लेन
बहुत ही स्लो पेस्ड गेम चलते हुए एंड टर्टल आ चुका है, एंड अभी हम कुछ टर्टल फाइट देख सकते हैं, कुछ धूमधाम वाला सीन देख सकते हैं। वैलेंटीना के पास IMU से लोरिता का अल्ट आ गया है, एंड अगर वैलेंटीना ने एक अच्छा अल्ट एग्जीक्यूट किया तो क्या जूलियन को अल्ट मिल सकता है? सो लाइक नो, बट बेन सिक्योर्स द टर्टल एंड जूलियन का एनहांस थर्ड स्किल एंड वेलेंटीना का बढ़िया लोलिता से, बट इट वाज नॉट इनफ। ड्रैगन का ब्लैक ड्रैगन फॉर्म पॉप होते हुए, बट ही विल नॉट गो फॉर द एंगेज बिकॉज उसका जंगलर डाउन हो चुका है। जी, जूलियन को बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम। एंड इधर हम देखते हैं कि लाइक मिडलेन का सेकंड इनहिबिटर के पास पेन पहुंच चुका है, एंड उसकी पूरी की पूरी टीम है ऑलमोस्ट 4 पीपल्स, लाइक या 4 पीपल्स, एंड दे विल सिक्योर द सेकंड इनहिबिटर ऑफ द बॉट लेन। एंड वो बहुत ज्यादा डिसएडवांटेज हो चुका है, लाइक पहले से ही तो डिसएडवांटेज था बिकॉज ऑफ द गोल्ड लीड एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द बॉट इनहिबिटर, like bot second inhibitor. And that's something that you don't want in the 6 minutes game of a match. बहुत अच्छा गेम प्ले आते हुए इधर टीम लक्ष्मी चिटफंड के थ्रू, एंड आई गेस ड्रैगन विल गो डाउन फ्रॉम Xbox लास्ट इंसैनिटी। एंड क्लिंट चाहते हुए कि लाइक कुछ डैमेज दे, बट इट्स नॉट सफिशिएंट, एंड मिडलेन का डिफेंस शील्ड जा चुका है, एंड ब्यूटीफुल अल्ट फ्रॉम लोलिता। जूलियन डाउन होते हुए, एंड क्लिंट का अभी भी अंडर फार्म्ड है। वेलेंटीना के थ्रू जूलियन लाइक लोलिता का बहुत सही अल्ट, बट दैट्स नॉट इनफ बिकॉज डैमेज डीलर्स ही नहीं है। ओके, पेन विथ हिज अल्टीमेट, क्या ये एक एंड है? लाइक बिफोर बिफोर 7 मिनट्स लक्ष्मी चिटफंड ने बिफोर 7 मिनट्स एंड कर दिया ये फर्स्ट गेम। दैट्स रियली समथिंग दैट यू वोंट एक्सपेक्ट, एंड दैट्स रियली समथिंग दैट you will expect from Lakshmi Chit Fund. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful gameplay. And team last, oh my God, मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है, मैं क्या बोलूं? Like I'm so speechless at this moment. I guess we will have to wish for the second match. Will the team previous year questions will be able to overcome this dominating game from the Lakshmi Chit Fund, or will they be eliminated from this tournament? We'll just have to wait for the next match, and we will be back soon in just some seconds.
Okay. And and we're back into the second game, and we were met with an really amazing shock. I don't know if it's a welcome one for previous year question paper, but LCF ने ये आंसर शीट तो फाड़ ही दिया था. 7 मिनट के अंदर पूरा गेम खत्म कर दिया था. And I think that's a tournament record of some kind. We'll have to check with the organization before we can confirm. But I think it was the fastest game finish. And I think that is helpful for us casters. ताकि हम भी थोड़ा जल्दी सो जाए मैच खत्म होके.
सच
Like,
बताऊं तो लाइक 7 मिनट में गेम खत्म कर देना, वो लाइक यू डोंट रियली सी दैट यूजुअली. लाइक तुम डेली डेली नहीं देखते हो कि लाइक 7 मिनट में एक मैच खत्म हो गया. लाइक इवन दो यू आर प्लेइंग सोलो क्यू, दे वोंट सरेंडर, दे विल जस्ट ड्रैग द मैच टू लाइक 10 मिनट्स और 12 मिनट्स, उसके बाद ही सरेंडर करते हैं वो लोग. एंड प्लेइंग अ टूर्नामेंट विद अ 5 मैन लॉबी एंड स्टिल 7 मिनट गेम खत्म कर देना, दैट्स समथिंग लाइक ओ माय फकिंग गॉड, लाइक यू वोंट एक्सपेक्ट.
very, very surprising, man. Like,
एंड बहुत ज्यादा नॉर्मल बैंस होते हुए इधर, लाइक रॉजर, मीनो, लिंग, हाबूसा, pretty common bans, but gameplay
और
and the main draft,
और
that's
यार
all that counts.
एक्चुअली यार देखे ना, अभी जैसे अभी तुम एग्जाम लिखने जाते हो तो उस समय टाइम लेके पूरा टाइम लिख के जाते हो. पर अगर तुमको जब रिवाइज करके जा रहे हो गलती से प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन पेपर दे दिया तो 7 मिनट के अंदर ही गेम खत्म हो जाएगा ना.
I, right now you are just mocking those people. Like, like मैं क्या बोलूं यार, लाइक लगता है लक्ष्मी चिटफंड लाइक पूरा चिटफंड प्लान करके आया है. लाइक आज तो भाई पूरा चीटिंग होगी ही होगी, चाहे लास्ट ईयर का क्वेश्चन हो या फिर न्यू ईयर का क्वेश्चन हो, आज तो होगी चीटिंग, आज तो लगेगी इनकी वाट.
अभी देखते हैं ड्राफ्ट वाइज मार्टिस और क्लिंट उठाया है. maybe Martis could be an option. Maybe some fights and he could get some good decimation ults to turn the game around. देखते हैं क्या करते हैं अभी.
हाँ लाइक from my personal opinion, decimation जो मार्टिस का अल्ट है, the अशुरा फॉर्म आता है मार्टिस का, like when he's like way too fast, like more fast than a sprint, still like the team has to make them that low that Martis is able to use the decimation. एंड मेरे को नहीं लगता है लक्ष्मी चिटफंड उनको कोई चांस देने वाली है कि वो मार्टिस अपना डेसिमेशन यूज कर पाए. एंड वी सी लेला पिक, आई गेस लक्ष्मी चिटफंड इज लाइक मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मैं तो लेला लेके भी जीत जाऊं.
चलो कैसे क्या उठाएंगे अभी. इनका फाइनल ऑरोरा पिक इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग मैन. मतलब बहुत आई डोंट थिंक वी हैव सीन ऑरोरा इन एनी ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट गेम सो फार. मतलब समझ नहीं आ रहा ऑरोरा किसके साथ पैर करेंगे क्योंकि मीनो तो बैन हो चुका है. तो खेलेंगे किसके साथ ऑरोरा को सेटअप के लिए.
मे बी टिग्रेल हो सकता है और एटलास भी हो सकता है और एक बेलेरिक भी हो सकता है.
बाय द वे चिप ओपन है.
हाँ
चिप इज
एक्चुअली अब तूने जो मेंशन किया ना, चिप
हाँ
एक्चुअली ओपन है.
बहुत. आई थिंक वी फॉरगॉट अबाउट दैट. चिप एंड कार्मेला आर ओपन.
हाँ एंड चिप जो मैप विजन, लाइक नॉट विजन बट जो मैप कंट्रोल देता है, लाइक व्हेन बोथ ऑफ द ईएक्सपी एंड द गोल्डन एंड द मिड लेन, उसका रोटेशन स्पीड इतना फास्ट है, यू कैंट इग्नोर हिम.
I'm very. I want to see this how this Aurora plays. If the Aurora can even get to giving damage. क्योंकि अभी जो पिक्स लिए हैं इनका बहुत, एक्सेप्ट फॉर मार्टिस एंड क्लिंट, आई डोंट नो सिनर्जाइज कैसे होगा ऑरोरा का, क्योंकि एनिमी तो बहुत ब्लिज है ब्लॉक करने के लिए मोस्ट स्किल्स को। तो देखना पड़ेगा क्या उठाएंगे जब तक इनका ड्राफ्ट कंफर्म नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दिस अ लेला। अभी लेला को तो टरेट डाइव कर सकते हैं, बट वही है, उसको टरेट डाइव करते करते अपना अर्ली लीड भी नहीं गंवाना है ना।
हाँ, और लेला को टेरर डाइव करते करते अगर तुम मर गए तो उसको लेट लीड भी नहीं देना है ना, बिकॉज अगर अगर फेट लेला हो जाती है, लाइक इट्स लाइक मोर देन इनफ टू कैरी द गेम। लाइक एक जस्ट तुमको एक बस फ्रंट लाइनर चाहिए होता है, लाइक इवन दो यू मेक अ लॉट ऑफ डिफेंस, लाइक ए लेला विल मेल्ट थ्रू इट लाइक बटर।
एग्जैक्टली, सो वही है, इट इज अभी दिस टाइम वी हैव सीन एलसीएफ थोड़ा स्केलिंग कॉम्प नहीं है। एटलीस्ट ये गेम, एटलीस्ट मैं देख रहा हूँ तो 10 मिनट तो जाएगा ये गेम। लेला को तो टाइम लगेगा फार्म आने में, unless they have some really good team fights and Layla is able to KS everything. देखना पड़ेगा। ban wise
देखना
उन्होंने
तो
Bane हटा
पड़ेगा।
दिया है। they don't want to see that Bane turret push because actually previous question paper को चांस था पहले टरेट के बाद, बट Bane के वजह से वो एक टरेट 6 टरेट स्नोबॉल हो गया एक टरेट से। तो they don't want to give
Exactly.
them that skill, और उन्होंने मार्टिस लिया है क्योंकि मार्टिस वही जैसा एडवांटेज दे सकता है, टरेट्स को छोड़ के किल्स लेके शट डाउन करते ही रह सकता है। तो लेट्स सी हुज कॉम्प विल प्ले ऑफ। अभी द विनर विल बी डिसाइडेड ऑन दिस नेक्स्ट 2 पिक्स ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर। अगर उन्होंने ड्राफ्ट सही किया, ये गेम उनके हाथ में है। इफ दे टेक अ चिप और अ कार्मिला और सम अदर काइंड ऑफ सेटअप हीरो, मे बी EXP में ईडिथ, you know, options हैं उनके पास। Let's see what they choose.
Your team is picking.
एंड जैसा मैंने प्रीवियसली बोला था, टिग्रेल, एटलास एंड बेलेरिक, सो दे डिसाइडेड दैट दे आर गोइंग फॉर द टिग्रेल बिकॉज द टिग्रेल का फ्लिकर अल्ट, देन दैट्स नथिंग लाइक यू कैन एस्केप इफ यू डोंट हैव अ प्यूरिफायर, बिकॉज अभी के अपडेट में टिग्रेल का अल्ट ये कर दिया है, लाइक यू कैन नॉट रियली लाइक डैश आउट और यू कैन फ्लिकर आउट फ्रॉम हिज अल्ट।
Your team is picking.
देखते हैं, अभी तक तो बैटल स्पेल्स भी नहीं उठाए, तो इफ मे बी टिग्रील कुड बी एन इश्यू अगर उन्होंने प्यूरिफाई नहीं लिया, बट अगर हमको स्पेल्स ज्यादा दिखे तो देन इट माइट बी अ टर्न अराउंड। ऑल्सो आर वी गोइंग टू बी सीइंग एन आर्गस राउंड 3 में? Okay, not an Argus, maybe a Ruby. Meanwhile, this time Dox has taken up the Julian pick. मतलब ड्राफ्ट थोड़ा ट्रेड हुआ है जंगलर एक तरीके से। लाइक लास्ट गेम जूलियन को तंग हो गया था, इस बार जूलियन तंग करेगा या नहीं, देखते हैं।
वही देखते हैं कि अब हम एक मैच 3 देखने वाले हैं, और या फिर इट्स अनदर 0-2। लाइक ये टूर्नामेंट में हमने एक्चुअली कोई लाइक बेस्ट ऑफ 3 में कोई लाइक 1-1-2 नहीं देखा है मैंने, बिकॉज इट्स लाइक 0-2 0-2 0-2 ऑल द टाइम। सो आई एम रियली एक्सपेक्टिंग समथिंग डिफरेंट एट दिस मैच।
Let's see. By the way, what's your favorite Borg skin? Would it be the 1111 skin or the Transformers?
पर्सनली मैं बोलूंगा कि लाइक 11-11 स्किन, बिकॉज लाइक स्टार्टिंग में जब वो निकला था एंड आई रियली लव दैट स्किन बिकॉज ऑफ द ब्लू फ्लेम्स, लाइक that was really beautiful. And when you use the last insanity from this Borg, like it was so beautiful. Like मेरे को पता नहीं मैं क्या बोलूं, मैंने बस वो स्किन इसलिए खरीदी, लाइक मेरे को बहुत पसंद आ गई थी, नॉट लाइक आई एम अ Borg main or something, because I personally play Assassin and Marksman, and still I bought that EXP laner skin.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
And
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
डीले छोड़ के हम डायरेक्ट मैच में घुसते हैं, एंड इधर हम देख रहे हैं जूलियन अपना रेड ब्लू बफ चालू कर रहा है एंड मार्टिस अपना रेड बफ। सो आई गेस दोनों अपने गोल्ड लेनर्स को फोर्स करने के लिए ट्राई कर रहे हैं और ट्राई कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज वी डोंट रियली नो लाइक कब रोटेशन बदल सकता है। ये मैच में हमने बहुत, ये टूर्नामेंट में हमने बहुत सारा देखा, लाइक रोटेशन बहुत जल्दी बदल जाता है। लाइक ईएक्सपी लेनर गोल्ड लेन में जाता है और गोल्ड लेनर ईएक्सपी लेन में आ जाता है बिफोर 5 मिनट्स।
चलो नाउ बैक इनटू लैंड ऑफ डॉन पे अभी इन्वेड्स तो कोई दिख नहीं रहा है, क्योंकि कोई ना मार्टिस को इन्वेट करने वाला है या फिर कोई जूलियन को लेवल 3 पे इन्वेट करने वाला है। मतलब बोथ टीम्स नो दैट दैट्स अ रियली स्टूपिड डिसीजन टू डू अर्ली गेम में।
वही। एंड इधर हम देखते हैं रूबी को
So,
बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है बॉर्ग के सामने। क्या बॉर्ग एक फर्स्ट ब्लड सिक्योर कर सकता है? बट नो, रूबी का फ्लिकर मेल्ट हो जाता है।
मीनवाइल बॉट साइड पे लेला एक्चुअली अपना लेन आराम से डील कर पा रही है। शी इज नॉट हैविंग एन इश्यू लेनिंग पे, व्हिच इज सरप्राइजिंग, वो भी अगेंस्ट अ क्लिंट। दैट्स इंप्रेसिव।
क्योंकि लाइक पर्सनली मैं बोलूं, एक्चुअली अगर तुमको लेला खेलना आता है तो तुम किसी भी लेनर को डिफेंड कर सकते हो लाइक एट दिस मेटा, बिकॉज तुम्हारे पास इतना ज्यादा रेंज होता है बिकॉज ऑफ योर फर्स्ट किल। लाइक तुमको ज्यादा डील नहीं करना पड़ता, यू वोंट टेक दैट मच ऑफ डैमेज। एंड इधर हम देख रहे हैं मार्टिस को अंदर जाते हुए, बट ही विल यूज हिज सेकंड स्किल एंड विल गो आउट। लाइक बहुत अच्छा रोटेशन था both of the teams के थ्रू, and I can see that Clint giving a lot of damage to Layla, but I guess Layla still needs some gold to farm it up. And but personally, Layla will counter Ling in late games, and Layla goes level 4. And damn, that's a lot. And we can see her crank in the red
वापस
buff
जोन
of
आउट
this.
हो गया।
वही ना bro.
हमेशा ये जोन आउट हो जा रहे हैं, बट मीनवाइल पिक मिल गया, फर्स्ट ब्लड मिल गया। डॉक्स मरता है पहली बार अगेंस्ट, एंड ही गिव्स द किल डायरेक्टली टू क्यूबो, अ रेड बफ फॉर द जंगलर। आई थिंक ट्रेड इस बार इन्होंने जीता है रेड के साइड में। मीनवाइल बॉट लेन पे सोलो किल कर लिया है क्लिंट ने, सो उनको 2 विन्स मिला है अभी लेन पे अगेंस्ट लेला। So that's a 2-0 right now in the favor of team previous year question paper. देखते हैं will they be able to ये जो advantage अभी लेके आए हैं अब उसको scale कर पाएंगे या नहीं।
लगता है प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पेपर ने कुछ नया क्वेश्चंस ऐड किए हैं टीम में। एंड टिग्रेल का बहुत सही अल्ट अरोरा कल्ट, बट दे विल फ्लिकर आउट। एंड चंगी का मीटियोर शावर, बट दैट इज नॉट इनफ टू गिव that much of damage. Lolita going in, Martis with his second skill, and Tigreal with his second skill, and okay, they will back off. They won't go for the kill of Lolita because Julian misses his first kills in Anna's first kill, but Martis using his immunization going for the kill, but he will secure the kill on this Layla. Clint get through, and but Martis will go down from this Changi. Julian really low, but his team is there.
मीनवाइल लेला इतना
And
अग्रेसिव फ्लिकर के साथ किल सिक्योर करने के लिए, और मीनवाइल ये सब जो फाइट लफड़ा हो रहा था मिड लेन पे टॉप साइड में रूबी सोलो किल मर गई थी बॉर के अगेंस्ट।
oh again, भाई तुमने सही बोला, मैंने ये चीज मिस कर दिया। like really fuck man. And again, Bor securing the kill on this Ruby.
मीनवाइल बॉट
Oh,
साइड पे डॉक्स कैंप करते हुए बुश के अंदर टेक्स द किल ऑफ क्लिंट, and it's a clean gold turret shield for the Layla to take and secure. Gold lead is moving up to a 600, close to 600 gold for Layla. Meanwhile, वापस early game के साथ they're taking up a early lead for team LCF. So we'll see how previous year question paper ये जो advantage अभी लिए थे वापस दे दिए। लेट्स सी, अभी लेला का डैमेज शुरू हो रहा है पोक करते हुए, पर प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है ना, मार्टिस तो लिए उन्होंने बट उनके पास किसी को आधा एचपी में पोक करने के लिए है नहीं सेटअप वाइज, एंड क्लिंट फोर्स टू फ्लिकर आउट बॉट साइड के नीचे, एंड आई गेस उनको एक और टरेट मिल जाएगा ऐसे ही चलते रहा तो। ये टरेट ज्यादा समय नहीं टिकने वाला।
हाँ, क्योंकि अगर तुम नोटिस करोगे ना, लाइक जितने रैंक मैचेस हम लोगों ने खेले हैं, लाइक चंगी विद अटैक स्पीड बिल्ड टर्रेट डिफेंस को एक्चुअली बहुत ज्यादा मेल्ट कर देती है बिकॉज ऑफ द मैजिक डैमेज, बिकॉज टर्रेट मोस्टली सस्टेन द फिजिकल डैमेज। एंड इधर हम देखते हैं बोर का लास्ट इंसैनिटी एंड रूबी गोस डाउन, Tigerel goes in, but I don't think his HP is enough for securing the kill. And Ruby's ult and Julian goes down, and बहुत बहुत ज्यादा easy trade है, like 1 for 1 for the both of the teams.
इट्स अ वेरी, बट सी 1 for 1 ट्रेड तो था, बट एक्चुअली जीत रहा है ये एलसीएफ, बिकॉज उनके गोल्ड दोनों जो पुश कर रहे हैं लेन्स को, उनको फार्म मिल गया टरेट्स का, एंड नाउ देर एट ऑलमोस्ट 4K गोल्ड लीड, क्लोज टू अ 4K गोल्ड लीड। मीनवाइल ब्लिस कैंप कर रहा है लोलिटा विजन देते हुए, एंड दे हैव क्लाइम्ड ऑन द मार्टिस। मार्टिस का पूरा फार्म डिनाई कर रहे हैं लोग। लुक एट द गोल्ड डिफरेंस ऑलरेडी बिटवीन द जंगलर्स,
He
इट्स गोइंग
actually
अप टू
like
500, और एक्चुअली मार्टिस ने अपना लेनिंग फेज अच्छा किया है। ही इज गॉट अ किल, वो ज्यादा बार मरा नहीं है, पर फिर भी एक लेवल डिनाई कर दिया उसको। अब ये
like
टर्टल भी,
Julian.
आई थिंक इट विल बी फ्री टर्टल फॉर एलसीएफ।
That's absolutely right भाई, like ऐसा गेम प्ले तुमको डेली डेली देखने नहीं मिलता। लाइक जस्ट इमेजिन, लाइक तुम एक गेम खेल रहे हो जहाँ पे तुम लाइक इतने सारे ट्रेड लूज कर चुके हो, एंड स्टिल यू आर होल्डिंग ऑफ सो नाइस, लाइक बिकॉज दे आर डिनाइंग द टीम फाइट्स अ लॉट। लाइक एलसीएफ के अगेंस्ट तुम टीम फाइट इतना ज्यादा डिनाई कर रहे हो, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द डैमेज ऑफ दिस जूलियन एंड दिस मार्टिस एंड द क्लिंट तुम इतना ज्यादा होल्ड ऑफ करो, दैट्स समथिंग दैट यू शुड बी लाइक प्राउड ऑफ। एंड इधर हम देखते हैं पीटर को टेक टावर, लाइक बॉटलिन का इनहिबिटर टावर लेते हुए विल बी एबल टू टेक टावर, एंड ही टेक्स इट। लाइक जस्ट इमेजिन 7 minutes में इनहिबिटर टावर डाउन होते हुए, इवन दो इट्स नॉट इवन एनहांस लॉर्ड, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हमको एनहांस लॉर्ड लगता है, लाइक टू टेक द इनहिबिटर टावर ऑफ एनिमी, एंड they don't even like need it. They're like, no, we don't need a lot, like we will just end it without it.
एंड आई थिंक दिस इज द, वो जो सिनर्जी आता है राइट स्क्वाड्स का खेलते खेलते, ये खेलने से ही आता है, ये जो कम्युनिकेशन। क्योंकि तुम कितना भी वीसी पे रहो, इतना जो फ्लो आ रहा है, जैसे एक कंटिन्यूस, वो हर बार स्किल्स वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। दे आर प्लेइंग द स्किल 1 by 1, फालतू में डबल सीसी नहीं कर रहे जैसे हम यूजुअली करते हैं ना टीम फाइट्स में। टिग्रील का भी अल्ट चल जाता है, टेरिज्ला का भी साथ में, कूल तो दिखता है बट एक्चुअली उतना इफेक्टिव नहीं रहता। मीनवाइल 2 इनहिबिटर ले लिए हैं लोग ने 8 मिनट्स के अंदर एक्चुअली, एंड नाउ दे विल गो टेक द लॉर्ड एंड क्रैश अगेन। वो जो बाहर का टरेट है वो भी आई थिंक चांगे उठा देगी अभी 2 मिनट के अंदर। एंड लुकिंग एट चांगे's build एक बार, it is a mage emblem with swift और weakness finder, and उसने already feather of heaven और golden staff बना लिया है, and now I think she's going for a holy crystal.
मुझे भी वही लगता है, बट लाइक अभी सोचने के टाइम, लाइक डू दे इवन द लॉर्ड, लाइक अगर एक अच्छा क्रैंक होता है लोलिदा के थ्रू, देन आई डोंट थिंक दे विल बी नीडिंग अ लॉर्ड राइट नाउ। क्या लगता है, लाइक इट विल बी अ 10 minutes एंड लाइक मुझे नहीं लगता, बिकॉज लॉर्ड टाइमिंग, लाइक बिकॉज द वेव इज जस्ट spawned, so like a 30 minutes cooldown after a single wave spawns, like 30 minutes, I'm really sorry, 30 seconds. Oh my god, I'm so into this match, like मैं भूल ही गया हूँ मैं क्या ही बोल रहा हूँ। And Borg melts like last insanity, and Ruby, I am offended, but Ruby will go down, and the same goes to Aurora, melting her passive, and I guess it will be a end again. Oh my god, that's not even 10 minutes again, 10 minutes, and not like
And it's a
before.
clean sweep, पूरा clean sweep हो गया है 10 मिनट के अंदर। Previous year question paper will lose this game the best of 3 to Team Lakshmi Chit Fund as they take home the win. और बहुत कंफर्टेबल, यू नो, देखते हैं तो पुश ही किया गया है गेम पे, डैमेज बहुत कम दिया गया है। सबसे हाईएस्ट डैमेज देने वाला बॉर्ग
उसने बस 30 के डैमेज दिया है और उसका 20% रखा है। मीनवाइल एरर वो भी 40 के। सब पुश पे लगे थे एंड 403 के केडीए के साथ हेलो किटी टेक्स होम द एमवीपी बॉर ग्रे के। Congratulations to both teams. Well played. And stay tuned, viewers. We will be back with another game.